TRPE. The realest podcast ever, realest podcast ever. Two brothers bringing thinking on a second level. Music, sports, fashion, politics, and the streets. The best 2 hours out of every week. YDN, dinosaurs, and YBODs. Real talk every time, this is what you need. We just out here popping shit. It's your boy C. Diddy and Matt makes me sick. TRPE, TRPE, go. TRPE, TRPE, go. They know. The realest podcast ever.
The realest podcast ever. What up, what up? We back, man. We on an emotional high tonight because we literally just did this yesterday.
I just almost fell asleep right now. I was dipping like shit.
We just did this yesterday at a special location. We were as we told y'all, we no cap, as the youngins say, no cap. We was on the 2018 Roost Picnic, so this is the recap show.
Real quick, what does that mean? I see that a lot.
You ever heard the phrase from Philly from years ago, capping your head up?
Okay.
It's basically the same shit. So when Philly people tell me they don't know what no cap means, it fucks me up because we invented the shit.
So it's like no lies.
No lie, yeah.
Okay.
Without equivocation, no lie. 100% facts.
No cap.
But usually when people say it, they're fucking lying.
Okay, no cap. Yeah, I see people put up like a fucking, like one of those stop signs.
Yeah, like say no, like the say no to drugs.
Yeah, with
no
a baseball hat. I mean, what the fuck does this mean?
When one of the Migos, I don't know which one of them it was, when one of the Migos put that shit up, it blew my mind with the emojis.
Yeah.
The emoji no cap. I was like, oh shit, this is the final frontier for no cap.
Yeah,
it's emojis.
I thought it was just some cool nigger hip hop shit. I didn't know what was going on. Can you hear me?
It actually means something. I can hear you. Can you hear you?
A little bit.
All right,
I'll figure it out as the night goes on.
I'll figure it out as the night goes on. But yeah, we are back, man. We literally just yesterday did the 2018 Roost Picnic. It was a great experience for me. I think Matt pretty much feels the same way. They treated us pretty decent, surprisingly. We thought we was gonna have trouble at the door, and we got right in.
Yo, listen, they just respected the shit out of me from the jump. Like, I came to the VIP entrance and the line was literally down the block. And I just walked up like, yeah, I'm performing on a podcast stage. He was like, yeah, come right this way. and, and me and my girl went through, and like the ball was like, cause they was wanding people, like hitting people with the wand, and the white dude who was taking me through the crowd, he was like, nah, he doesn't get wand. Come on. And when he took me right through, so then we get into like the main little lot, and he was walking me, and he was like, so you know where you going? Like, you got your credentials and shit? I'm just like, there goes Talib, so I'll figure it out. He was like, okay, cool, I'll talk to you later. And walked over, and I'm like, a fucking serial killer could walk in. Like,
say anything.
I walked in easy as shit.
All you gotta say is, yeah, I'm on a podcast stage. You can get right wherever the fuck you want.
And then when I went to the artist check-in was like, where the artist, like, because you didn't even see it. It was because you came late. Yeah, like the artist check-in was like the art, like Freeway and Cameron, like and I'm walk up, I'm like, yeah, the realest podcast ever. And she started looking down in the bins and shit. I'm like, here we go. This is about to be the security. You know what I'm saying? She came out with the manila envelope,
with the packet.
Yeah, here go all your access passes, back so you got food passes, everything. I'm like,
that fucked me up because we really had food passes. I was fasting. Matt's on a vegetable diet, so neither one of us ate yesterday.
Actually, I did eat.
You did?
I found, because they had the artists. We'll get to that, but artists they got it made backstage, because like it's not like a bunch of like nuggets and fries, like it was
real food.
It was, dog, I had like a spring mix and arugula salad with Italian dressing. It was nice little cherry tomatoes.
Oh, they had craft service.
It was they was giving out Essentia and core water and shit back there. Like you was back there for like a second because you ran off. You was in the media tent. Yeah, Chad was in the media tent. Like, you know, you started a whole rumble too, by the way, almost. But I'll get to that later.
About the media tent?
In the media tent. But anyway, yeah. So I got the manila envelope with all the passes, whatever. So I was pretty much on chill till y'all started showing up.
Yeah.
Rock came and you showed up, and it was funny. Like I had to get y'all through because I'm like
we came through the scumbag entrance.
Yeah,
and they treated us as such. They was like, hold on, wait a second. Hold on.
I had to come out no.
They said, put the band on. I need to see the band on.
Like, let me see him put the band on right
like, what the fuck? Meanwhile, the podcast stage is 4 feet from where I'm at.
Literally, the entrance was right there.
This black lady is blocking me from getting where I'm going until I put this fucking blue band on.
I said, no, he with me. He's going on stage with me. I need to see the band go on right now.
Band got to go on.
I'm handing out bands and don't even have a band on. I'm like, she like, you came through the VIP entrance. He didn't. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. But
that scumbag entrance. Oh man,
you come through the scumbag, the Delaware Ave and Spring Garden entrance.
That shit was a nightmare.
Yeah, the VIP joint was down a little bit. That's why I found it just on the whim.
Justin came. I walk up to the gate to give him his band. They're like, "What is you doing? What is going on?
Why are you back
the fuck up? Why is you right here?" They went in just bag and everything. They was like, yo, what's in this bag, man? Yeah. They made him pull his cords out and shit. He got a big ass fucking exterior drive.
Rock came through the VIP entrance. They didn't go with his bag, none of that bullshit.
That backpack is filled to the brim, so like he had to take a bunch of stuff.
Shit.
I'm sure that took him like 20 minutes.
Just didn't do a goddamn thing yesterday either. I told him just literally came, hooked up a cord. Next thing I know, he was drinking vodka and water ice, and I'm like, all right, Justice on fucking
Just was like, I didn't find the craft services tent in the VIP, but I did find the media tent, and I got this drink here in a Bud Light or whatever, Miller Light, whatever the fuck it was, and I didn't pay for anything.
What's crazy is watching the goings-ons of the actual event yesterday was like, you needed a pass to be in the backstage tent.
Yes.
Then you needed a different pass to be in the VIP tent, which was next to the media tent.
Right.
But you needed a separate pass to be in the media tent.
Yes.
Watching all of our people who were with us finagle their way into every little thing that they weren't supposed to be in. Because you called me and I'm like, in fact, I called you because I'm like,
where you at?
I'm like, because we was backstage and Wallow and they were just going so extra, and I was just like, all right, I gotta get out of here.
Wallow was the keynote speaker.
Yeah, Wallow. Yeah. But I called you and I'm like, yo, where you at? You like, I'm in the media tent. I'm like, where the fuck is that? And so I'm walking out. I see the VIP tent, but the security bull gave me the face like, don't even try it.
Don't do it.
And I'm like,
don't do it, big man.
You was like, no, it's next to the VIP tent. So then I come over. Bull gave me a little hassle, but I'm like, oh no, I'm on the podcast, whatever. He's like, all right, you media, you go in. I'm like, yeah, this is my lady. She with me. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So we in. You get in the media tent. It's the same shit that's going on in the backstage tent. Like it's just. It's a bar.
Yeah, you just can see the show from here.
You can see the show because you're not backstage. Yeah. But then the VIP tent is right next to the media tent. It's blocked by like a fucking velvet rope from the like.
When I went to the VIP tent, they was like, "Oh no, you want the media tent? You got to go this way." So I attempt to go through. They like, nah. You got to go around. You can't get through from this way. I'm like, but I can see it.
That's the tip we was on because her Lee friend came. She looked. Remember Leah? She looked up and was in the VIP, and we like, how the fuck did you get in there when we're in the media? Like, it just wasn't making no sense. But here's the joint with the rumble I was talking about. Okay, remember the hoes that was sitting on the couch?
Yeah, they was with me.
So you knew them?
Yeah.
Okay.
They finagled their way in there.
Do you know them?
I know them.
Okay. I remember we left. Leah stayed, but Ross stayed, like motherfucker stayed. When they came back to the media, because they was like, you know, when Uzi went on, they came back to the media tent.
Okay.
But by now, like, more media motherfuckers showed up. So they went to come back in and they got like a hassle like, oh, no. Basically, like on the tip, like, oh, Chad had already brought in too many people. And they like... But we were like, we're with the like my girl and them have on podcast bands.
Yeah.
Like, and she like, oh no, Chad brought them in because they Chad folks. And my girl like, no the fuck they aren't. Like they weren't even with us. And the girl was like, oh, but Chad said bye to them. She was like, what? So basically my girl and the bitch at the door started arguing. Whole time
the
though.
Black chick?
Yeah, White Joan.
Oh, White Joan. No, White Joan was on her top flight security.
Yeah,
Joan.
she was on some extra
my
shit.
My homegirl, Yizzo 215, shout out Yizzo 215, she was holding down the media tent originally, and then she was like back and forth doing whatever because she works for like Welcome Philadelphia or some shit.
Okay,
and they were like the hospitality group that were handling it. She gave me a nice little packet, told me I can get B-roll photos if I just go to this building, like all type of shit. And she just let me right in, and whoever was with me, she's like, oh yeah, no, you in the podcast stage, yeah, no, y'all good, whatever. The other girls that was with us, they finagled their way in. I didn't walk them in, but I guess you dropped my name because I was on the podcast.
Exactly.
Got in.
So when she came back to the media tent, they was giving all this hassle because they didn't want more motherfuckers coming in, and they basically was like, "Oh, all the people who came with the realest podcast ever are in here." And my girl like, "No, the fuck they aren't." I know the niggas on the realest podcast ever. I'm positive.
I am the realest podcast ever.
So Rob basically was like, yo, just come the fuck back. Rob was still backstage. Like, Rob was all over the fucking place last night. But he was still backstage. So my girl and Lee wound up going backstage and they ate and chilled the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Rob wound up at fucking dinner last night with like fucking, what's the chick from the radio?
Maya?
What's her name?
Maya?
Nah. I'm about to tell you, because he told me earlier. I can't think of the chick name. Mina say what?
Oh, from Part 99.
I'm like, how did that happen? He was like, it started raining and they was like, yo, you driving? And I was like, yeah. So I hopped in the wheel, was like, yo, we going to dinner. You should come. He wound up at. I'm like, that's hilarious. Like,
oh, but that's how that festival shit be, man. And just like public outings in general, you just end up with people that you just wasn't anticipating being with. And next thing you know, you got new friends and shit.
Yeah.
But that shit was pretty cool, man. Like, you know, if I feel like if we had a very nice crowd. Thank you for everybody who came to the podcast stage specifically to see us, because like we was getting down to the wire. It was 1:29 and it was like me, Matt, Rod, Lee, and
my lady put me on to what was happening. They weren't letting people in. So that's why when they were waiting for JoJo Abbott to finish on the North stage.
Okay.
So once her set was done, then that's when they basically was like, all right, and they started giving out the headphones. Because I even was just like, I told her, I'm like, no one's gonna listen to this shit. Like,
we're here alone.
It's just us. I don't know why I'm whispering, but it's just us. And then it was like, I turned around, it was 100 motherfuckers in there. And I'm just like, wait, what the fuck? And my girl was like, no, she saw them, like they literally weren't letting. That's the reason was people just like meandering around all the food trucks. And once JoJo Abbott was done, they opened the floodgates and, you know, they came in and shit.
Yeah, so if if we would have went on a little bit later, we would have got even more of a crowd. Rick's dumbass caught a stupid train and got there super fucking late. A couple other people I know was having transportation issues. They Uber got off at the wrong exit. Like just all types of like transportation fuckery. And so a couple people that we personally know missed our set or whatever. And just, you know, as the later in the day got, like, you really seen a real festival come together. Yeah. Because when Rich the Kid was preparing to go on stage, when Spin King was down on the Oasis stage DJing or whatever, they was buying time for Rich the Kid to get his shit together. It was like, oh, a couple people, whatever, like that. And then right when Rich was about to walk on stage, just like 7,000
like
people.
a sea of
like
people.
a sea of people. And I'm like, where the fuck did all these
Because when we came out of the backstage, yo, my girl like, oh my God, it's packed out here now. I'm like, we just got to get to the media tent. Like we like fucking farmers walking. Like we just got to get to the media tent and we straight. Because this shit out here is not gonna fucking work. But once we got to the media joint, we was more than good. And it was a very fun experience, man. The people was super fucking with us, super into what we was doing. It was. I had no complaints.
Yeah,
the only complaint I had was the heat.
Yeah, it was hot as fuck.
It was hot as shit.
A lot of interaction. We gave hats away. Like, it was just like a dope, like, cool ass experience.
It was cool as shit, man. I definitely appreciate the look. Please, thank you, Talib.
Yes, thank you, Talib. Absolutely. Talib showed up for a second. Y'all straight? All right, I'm out of here.
Literally, Talib was in the crowd. I was like, Talib, raise your hand. He was like, no. And turned around and walked the fuck out. I was like, all right.
So, a couple of housekeeping items. We're buttoning up this Roost Picnic situation. We are going to get the audio from the Roost Picnic, so we will be releasing that this week, probably like Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on when they give us the audio. So look out for that. The second thing is this. We need y'all to flood. The Roost Picnic has an official Instagram page. We need y'all to flood their mentions in their inbox because they have a Roost Picnic coming up in New York City in October. And if y'all want us on there, we need the fan interaction to go in our favor on this one. We need y'all to DM them, tag us on they posts, all of that shit.
Real shit.
And tell them you want the realest podcast ever on the podcast stage for the New York City Roost Picnic.
Questlove's super fucking with us. He's retweeting us and reposting us, and he's not doing it for a lot of motherfuckers. I peeped that. So I shout out to Questlove too. Like, I appreciate that, man. Like,
Laia, who's a part of Questlove's podcast, gave us a shout out the day of or the day before or whatever. And it's just like so much like media attached to the shit. We got official pictures with Roots picnic watermarks on it and shit. Like, it's like a super dope experience, man. And they really like did treat us extremely well and treated us like we was there to work.
Yeah, we was backstage. I tried to talk to Tierra Whack, but her security was like beating niggas up, and I'm just like, I'm not.
I don't want to fight today.
Yeah, it's too hot. My shoulders hurt. Like, this heat is weighing me down. I can't fuck with it today. But it was a cool shout out to Darielle and Ubik. The Ubik fam. They was backstage, and I was like, why? Because they came and set up like a whole joint with sneakers and clothes and all that shit for sale, and I'm like, why not do that out there? Why do it back here? It's like they're bored. They can't afford this stuff. I'm like, yeah, you got a good point. Like, it makes sense to be back here where the artists and all their peoples are. Like,
I tell you what,
you'd actually sell something.
V-Lone did 2 T-shirts for the Roost Picnic. Their whole area was booming like a motherfucker. I went over there. I got the Roost Picnic shirt, and then I got one of the older, a reissue of an older shirt, one of the Friends shirts or whatever that they did. And when the day started, the T-shirts were $60 for one of the Roost Picnic T-shirts and $150 for the other one. Naturally, I'm a jackass. Give me the one that's $150. So I bought that and the Friends shirt. Apparently, as the day went on, the prices went up as merchandise got lower and lower and lower, to the point where the $60 shirt was $75 and the $150 shirt was $200. And they was like selling them motherfuckers like hotcakes all day long. But I did get my merch.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big deal for people, I found out. Like, people really come to events just to get the merch. Mm-hmm. So...
Absolutely, but it was a great experience. Thank you to Questlove, to Tariq Trotter, aka Black Thought, Talib Dean, everybody who put it together as far as getting us on the on the podcast stage, letting us be a part of this. And thank you to everybody that came out. One for the Roost Picnic, and then 2 to see us and came and fucked with us on the podcast.
Yeah, it was definitely a dope look, man. Tree was out there. Shout out Black and the Beef and Broccolis. Yeah. Shout out to Vega, seeing him.
Black and the Beef and Broccolis.
Yeah,
was
when
crazy.
Black walked with a towel over his head, I'm just like, who the fuck is Bull? I'm like, oh shit, it's Black. I'm like,
it's my fake page. It's my spam homie.
Yeah, everybody stand down. Black's here. He's looking for smoke. And Black was like, you see, I got a couple smoke catchers with me. I'm like, yeah, I see you. But shout out Black, Vega. I seen him. Tree.
Rick showed up late.
Yeah, I seen that. Rick was there super late. Ra, shout out Ra.
My man Maurice popped up. He got there a little bit late, but he was out there.
Yeah, it was definitely fly. It was definitely a good look. If I would have actually had something to eat and whatever, my sugar wasn't literally in the tank, I probably would have stayed a little longer. But Drink Champs had it booming.
Yo, they had that shit was out. It was like 2 tents. It was like the tent was full and then enough people for another tent.
Ron was like, I can't believe they really got 50 niggas on this little ass stage. I'm like, Chad said they go around 40 deep.
Yeah.
I'm like, they got all them niggas on that stage. That stage didn't even seem that big.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah, they brought their own production, everything. Like, Big Chance wasn't fucking around.
I mean, when you the biggest out there, you doing $1 million a week.
Yeah.
Sounds about you. Ain't they on Revolt now? Like, yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Hopefully we get there. People was hitting me yesterday like, y'all on y'all way. I love y'all podcast, this, that, and the third. For where we've started to get to this point where it's like we're consistently doing like 6 figures and I'm happy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
partnership with Kicks USA.
Partnerships with a couple people now. We'll talk about that one later.
Oh,
we'll get into the new partnership we got later.
My favorite sponsorship.
But it's like, yeah, man, like to have this success and then, literally, me and Chad were going, like literally, we were standing there waiting for them to give us the cue to go on stage. And I leaned over this because we were supposed to have a little baby. And I leaned over to Chad like, you good with talking about Pusha and Drake? Yep. All right, bet. And we
freestyled the whole show.
We freestyled, and people was coming up like, yo, y'all was funny as shit. That was dope. Like, and people were asking me, yo, so what? How do y'all like figure out like what y'all gonna do? Like, yeah, I'm like, we don't. We literally the same convo we would have. We were speaking to each other like at the park or just chilling on the bench. That's exactly what we do. It's like there is no formula to the shit. Just go in and whatever happens.
In the words of T Grizzly, I can do this shit with no effort.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was a great experience, man. We had an absolute great time. I stayed till Rich the Kid got off the stage, and I fucking migrated up out of that joint. Speaking of Rich the Kid, he had a rough day yesterday. Apparently,
I didn't know so much nigger shit was going on with it being such a nice day. You know what I mean?
Rich the Kid and Uzi both had interesting days.
Before we get into that, can we talk about us trying to put together this live show?
Yes, absolutely.
Because I feel like that's a big deal.
We are in the process now putting together our first live show. It's either going to be like mid to late August or early September, around back to school time. We're looking at some prospective venues. And you know, we've started to formulate the concept of the show. I definitely want to incorporate like one or two comedians or somebody like as a host or whatever, as like a, you know, like a warm up or whatever to, you know, the live podcast, and then put together like a dope guest or like a dope panel of like our best people that, you know, that we fuck with, that's in our personal network or whatever, and really make it like a dope interactive like experience for everybody.
Maybe have Spank come out and do a couple of, you looking good out there, ladies.
Ladies, y'all looking good.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe a couple of those.
Women be shopping. Women be shopping. Couple zingers.
Shit.
Spank with a couple knee slappers. Spank, let us know if you in town.
Yeah, but we want to get this live show done. You know what I'm saying? We get a couple hundred people in there, have a nice little event.
Yeah, sure.
You know, doing yesterday gave me the confidence, because I kind of wondered and worried because of the fact that we aren't structured, because of the fact that we don't really have a formula, because we don't really write things down or have like laptops with all our information and shit.
What's that for?
I kind of wondered and worried, like, could we...
Like, does this translate to a live audience?
I know people listen to it. I see the numbers. I know they listen to it. I know they download it. People use the little slangs, the y'all weirds, all of that shit.
We hate everybody.
I get that. But just a live setting, it's like it's more intimate, and you got to keep people, like, engaged with you. They can't pause it and go to work and come back, and you know what I mean? So... But doing it yesterday and seeing people's reaction to where they were really like cracking the fuck up, and I'm looking around like, oh shit, like, all right, they fucking with it. It's like, yeah, give me the confidence. Like, yeah, we can do a lot. And then, like I said, with the whole setup of us having a couple comedians, a panel with our peoples on, like, yeah,
we can do this.
Yeah. And then, like I said, watching Drink Champs is like, they really don't have it's literally Nori just getting on and saying anything.
And forgetting his questions.
They were literally, they had Gilly up there talking about eating pussy. And then they were going back and forth about the whole Drake and Pusha shit.
Yeah.
It was just like...
Yo, Gilly's management, I bumped into Gilly's management outside of, when I was parking my car. I parked in the event parking. I ran into Gilly's management. She was like, realest podcast ever. I'm like... What's up? They like, yeah, you know, I managed Gilly, blah, blah, blah. We wanted to know if y'all had space on y'all show for him. I said, well, I would love to, but like, I'm about to go on stage in 30 minutes. He like, oh yeah, he ain't gonna be here by then. But you know, we was trying to get him as much media coverage as possible or whatever. But I'm like, yeah, no, we would love to. But they like, nah, you know, we got y'all information. I'm gonna reach out to you. And one of his assistants, whatever, I got my number and I got his or whatever. And Gilly's, you know, basically want to come on the show. So they said we're gonna definitely set that up. And I told him that we was doing the panel, we're moderating the panel discussion at Discovery Charter on July 7th, and Gil is going to be there. Also, he's one of the people that's you know, on the panel or whatever. And the way that is going to work, I was basically told it's an organic conversation amongst like 5 or 6 different guests or whatever like that, and we're talking to all of them. Oh, okay. So it's not going to be like everybody up there at once. So it's like we'll talk to this one guy that's like about financial empowerment for 10 minutes. Then we'll talk to Kwame Trice about community action and this and that. And we'll talk to Gilly for 30 minutes. And then Derek Grace will be like the final person that we talk to. Whatever. Okay. And he'll be, you know, the keynote, I guess, or whatever, interview of the experience or whatever. So that's going to be like that's going to be a super dope event. So
Carl literally told me yesterday, Carl was like, you come get me. When you go, please come get me. I'm like, all right, cool, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Carl's like, please don't let me forget that. I have to be there. I'm like, I got you.
Yeah, so that's Saturday, July 7th. Let me see what information I can give y'all about, you know.
47th in Parkside, July 7th. That's all I got.
That's all you get.
That's all.
we can spit the date back real good.
You know what I mean? That's it. That's all I got.
All right, so here we go. El Capitan Clothing and Leadership Brand presents Living Every Day to Achieve Our Dreams While Enduring Real Struggles, a leadership forum bridging the gap between generations. All ages and genders are welcome. Like we said, it's at Discovery Charter School. It's in the gym, 4700 Parkside Avenue, Philadelphia, PA 19131. Doors open at 3 p.m. And for advanced tickets, go to elcapitancartel.bigcartel.com. That's ELCAPITAN cartel.bigcartel.com. That's how you get your tickets for that.
Yeah.
And we'll be, holding it down. You dig? Somebody said, love watching you guys live. One of my favorite podcasts. Keep up the great work. Look at that. Real fans. I'm on the realest podcast ever page. And, people commenting like crazy. Shout out to Nerd Nash, one of our original guests who was high as a motherfucker on the show that he came on. Yeah. Everybody was like, is he on pills? I was like, no, he just smoked a lot of sour.
I had a couple motherfuckers ask me, is the bull nerd retarded? I'm like, no, he just was
just soured up. Yo, speaking of nerd, right? His two homies, he had 3 people with him in his entourage or whatever, dirty Delaware niggas. Yeah. And 2 of them are beefing now and hate each other. One of them stole like some
it was like a shirt. Yeah, I've seen all of that. Yeah.
So he posted this shit, and it was like an extreme insider. And he was like, somehow this is Matt and Chad's fault.
I definitely saw that on Twitter.
When in reality, it's Nerd's fault for bringing them dirty niggas to the podcast. And then all of a sudden, now they got big dreams and want to start accomplishing shit instead of being his weed carrier.
Yeah.
So hopefully they've worked that situation out. You know what I'm saying?
Nerd's a funny guy, man.
Hilarious, man. Somebody else, Modesty Liking, said the podcast was great. I didn't even know she was there. Goodness. She's fine as a motherfucker. For those of you who don't know, follow Modesty_Liking.
All right, let's get into this.
Festival Pier start following us too.
Yeah, Festival Pier follow me, like personally.
Yeah, they ain't follow me yet. I don't know what's up with that. Festival Pier, get your weight up, yo. You know
but like I said, let's get to these because we got a real important topic I want to get to later. Yesterday, Lil Uzi, Rich the Kid performed on the South Stage.
Correct.
Then Uzi hit the South Stage a couple hours later. So in my mind, I'm thinking when I first saw the reports of this, I'm like, impossible that they had a run-in on South Street.
Oh, did they?
Because both these niggas is here. So I'm like, it had to have been before the joint.
You think so? You don't think it was in the Gap?
That's what my homie was saying. I'm like,
it was in the Gap.
Oops. Rich the Kid got off the stage at 4:30,
4:15,
something like that. Because I remember when we was going back out of the media joint. Yep. Uzi hit the stage at 8, so it's like
nigga had 3.5 hours to kick some ass.
Yeah,
kick some fucking ass.
Yeah, man. So apparently Rich the Kid and them, they went to South Street thinking, we're in Philly. We want to go get some eat and see some hoes. Pretty safe to be on South Street.
They ran in a big Uzi. He's no longer little Uzi. They ran in a big Uzi vert.
About
the smoke. And Uzi hopped out by himself like, stop the car.
Yeah.
I see the 37-year-old rapper stop the car, and he jumps out the car and pulls right up on Rich.
Yeah.
And a series of calamities took place.
You want to talk on it?
Following this shit. So, I don't know which came first, the chicken or the egg.
The word of the week is calamities.
Yes, it is. So, I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg. I don't know if Uzi chased Rich the Kid up the street first.
I think that's second.
Or I don't know if he punched him over the counter at Starbucks first.
Well, that could have been first. No, first was definitely the pull-up, getting out the car.
The pull-up was first.
That was first. What I don't understand is if the pull-up happened at Copa's, how the fuck did they get to the Starbucks? Oh, that's the running.
The Starbucks is across the street.
Yeah, but he ran up the street, so that wouldn't make sense.
But how the fuck did you get from Copa's and Starbucks down to the net?
Yeah, true.
So he basically chased this nigga all around.
Yeah, the Rich the Kid dogged them little off-whites out. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so how did you get further, from, you know what I'm saying, like from where you started at and then ended up back over there? So, yeah, I don't know what happened, man, but Rich the Kid looked like motherfucking Day-Day running from Baby D on Next Friday.
Yeah.
Running around the car and shit, doing motherfucking swim moves and spin moves and shit.
Yeah, he punched him over the counter.
Definitely punched him over the counter. Rich said, you know what, fuck this, I'm a rich rapper, I don't deserve this.
Yeah.
Nigga jumped over the counter and started making lattes.
Did you peep what the funniest part of the whole situation was?
Funniest part of the whole situation, that the white people didn't know if they could call the police or not.
Dog. Like, they're in Starbucks. He punches him over the counter. If you look at it, all the employees is just stuck like, can we call the cops on these niggas?
Had racial sensitivity training this week.
Like, we just had the bullshit. I was like,
we just had
y'all got called the cops. Like, hello, hey, listen, we got a real situation going on down here this time. Like, I was just on a tip. Like, yo, how the fuck does this happen? On the, like, y'all are both performing, or like it just was so weird and random that it popped off right there yesterday. Let me ask you this, because I know you know. What are they beefing over?
All right. Uzi, as he normally does, and this is why he's off social media now, went on Twitter and was talking about young artists don't sign to a label. All they do is use you up and fuck you around and play games with your money and blah, blah, blah. So then Rich the Kid came on top of it and said, that's why you should have signed to Rich Forever. And Uzi said, nigga, I ain't signing for no 20,000. Fuck you think this is?
All right, yeah, I do remember that.
So that's where it all started. So then they go back and forth, whatever. Then I think Uzi said something about Rich in a freestyle or whatever the case may be. And then Rich made a whole song, the Dead Friend song. And then he put the video out to the shit. And basically, since that song came out, Uzi told several people that are like in his inner circle and people that I know, when Rich the Kid come to Philly, he gotta get fucked up. This was back in like February. Whenever Rich the Kid come to Philly, he gotta get fucked up, period. Like, I'll pay y'all whatever, Rich the Kid gotta get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? If I'll do it myself, but he gotta get fucked up. And true to his word, Rich the Kid got sucker punched and jumped over a counter and started making creme brulee.
Yeah.
So that's basically the origin, all of the shit. And people that I know that I'm like good friends with in the entertainment industry tried to squash the shit. Apparently nobody was interested in squashing it. Rich thought it was a game, and now Rich is a fucking track star. So
yeah, and
a Starbucks employee. So he's multi-talented. Rapper slash track star slash Starbucks employee.
I saw Rich the Kid put money up on IG. I'm like, yeah, he definitely got his ass whooped. Like, that's what you do when you take a L nowadays.
These niggas hating on me, you know what I'm saying? Thumbing through a check.
Yeah.
What the fuck did that got to do with you getting punched out?
Yeah, it's pretty much how it
And if
goes.
he didn't run, it could have been way worse. It could have been a full-on world star moment.
Yeah. I mean, it's just fucked up because, like, you in somebody's city. So
niggas gotta learn how to move out here. And it's just like, Rich, you probably 28, 30 years old. You should know better. Apparently, back when his name was Black Boy the Kid, somebody put his head through a plate glass window at a club in Atlanta for a similar getting too much mouth situation. So you haven't learned your lesson from then. Apparently, it was like 6 or 7 years ago or some shit like that. So he's no stranger to getting hands and feet put on him, apparently.
I wonder if these niggas ever have, like, emotional, like, when they by themselves, just like break down. Like, I
have a nice good cry.
Like, yeah, like I couldn't imagine just getting my ass whooped all the time. Like, it just seems like it would like
that shit sucks
physically and mentally. That just sounds terrible. So it's like when you hear these stories, like, damn, wait, what happened to him? Oh no, bull smacked him with a bottle in the club. You like,
and then what? My thing is always the and then what? Like, I be waiting to hear like, oh yeah, then they came back with the K and shot this shit up and 7 people died. Like, but it's never the and then what.
And I'm not an advocate for violence.
I am.
But my joint be
if you
like,
hit me with a bottle, you gotta kill somebody that don't even got nothing to do with it. Like senseless violence.
And I guess it's just because I live my life in such a manner. My joint is like, why the fuck did you hit me? Like,
that's my thing.
But what the hell happened that you hit me with a bottle?
That's my thing,
like,
too.
you just said they ran his head through a plate glass window. It's like, what the fuck did this nigga say? I talk big shit. Ain't nobody ever do that to me.
But like, that's my thing. I treat everybody with respect. I got manners. I was raised by a strong black woman. I got sense. I went to good schools. Don't put your hands on me, dog. Like, if we can't talk the shit out, if you put your hands on me, the next step is the yoppers. Like, we're pulling the mop sticks out, nigga, and you're going to die. And I'm going to jail proudly. Don't hit me with no bottle, dog. Don't put my hand through a plate glass window, dog.
But that's more so what I'm saying. It's like, what the hell did you do to get to these situations? Like Uzi pulling up and jumping out of a car, whatever. That's not intimidating. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'd have came down and just rumbling right there real quick. Like, yo, like, order me the crab cake sandwich. and I'd have came right
handled my light work.
You know what I'm saying? Handle this. But it's like, if Uzi hop out with 2 pistols, talking about you bitch ass nigga, and dump a couple into it, it's like, yo, what the fuck did you do to get this shit popping? So it's like, yeah, when you hear these stories of so-and-so, like, yeah, man, they kicked the nigga out the highway and put him in the car and threw him out on the highway, you'd just be like, what?
And then what? It's no and then what's?
And it's like, when you in somebody else's city, granted, you know, you gonna have your little issues because, you know, that's the way nigga life is bred. You just gonna have stupid issues.
But the thing is, they didn't even box him in. Like, really, like, it was a small crew of niggas, like 6 or 7 people. Like, but the most saddening part of it is his security just standing there letting Rich run up the street. Like, the security is bewildered. Like, Rich, why are you running? Like, what's going on here? And this nigga's just getting chased, weaving around cars.
Well, the thing with a security team, I'd imagine, at least from watching Entourage, is your security staff has plans. They have plan A, plan B, plan C for when, if you don't adhere to none of the shit, like Rich taking off running probably isn't in the plan.
That's not in none of the plans.
So
he's like, hold on, I got bullet points here from the security memo. It's
like when a fucking quarterback scrambles out of the pocket and takes off for a 30-yard run, and then they hit the offensive lineman for holding. He didn't know you was going left. He's doing this play over here.
Omaha.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, Rich taking off running. Of course, the security is looking like,
nigga, where you going?
The fuck? You know, motherfuckers would always ask me to do security. Like, Rod, all the motherfuckers, yo, you want you to do security for this, do security? And I'd be like, no. Because if Uzi pull up out the car, it's like, damn. Like, I was hoping we was just gonna get some crab cake sandwiches and fucking relax.
I'm here for the free food.
We just got off stage. Now I gotta go outside and fight and, you know, all it. Like, no, that shit is... You security, God bless your heart. You know what I mean? Because nowadays with these niggas,
job, man.
It should just pop off at any goddamn moment.
So that was Rich's day. Uzi's day fared a little bit better, actually. Yeah. Uzi whipped some ass. He performed on the South Stage dressed like Grace Jones.
Yeah, he killed it.
So that was that. And then he went to Noto.
Didn't y'all have him last night?
We had him last night. He went to Noto and danced to New Freezer.
I saw that video. Oh, that was at Vanity.
That was at Noto.
That was Noto, okay.
Then he came to Vanity after that and threw money on a bunch of light-skinned strippers for an hour and a half.
Okay.
He had a great day.
Yeah, sounds lit.
Shout out to Uzi.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. All this beef in hip hop is like
shit is crazy.
It's more so annoying. Like, cause it don't even like yesterday when we was on stage, we was talking about the best diss tracks ever, and it's just like the diss is like they had meaning to them. You know what I'm saying? Like it was real live conflict and issues. You know what I mean? You look at No Vaseline. That man was getting raped by his record label after he had wrote all them hits for him. You look at Compton City G's and Fuck With Dre Day. They had real issues over real money and royalties to records. Dre had to leave and start Death Row with practically nothing from Priority. Like they had real issues. Even like Jay-Z and Nas, like that shit had boiled to the point where it went on for like years. You know what I mean? And Back Down with 50, like 50 and Ja was really beating each other up, stabbing each other. Niggas was getting shot behind that shit.
Supreme put a hit on 50 Cent.
Like niggas was wilding over that fucking 50 Ja Rule shit. And it's like now these just, you be like, what's the beef? Oh, he didn't like his tweet or he didn't retweet it. It just be like, man, what the fuck, man? Like this shit is just fucking nutty. You just made me think about that shit when you said, "Oh, have you seen Chief Keef and
and 6ix9ine,
6ix9ine, all of their shenanigans?"
They going back and forth, man. Somebody killed it today. They said Chief Keef put the post up, L.A. Somebody was like, 6ix9ine's next tweet. Hey, yo, Treyway, we live in Nebraska right now. You know how we get down?
He's literally chasing him around the country,
and he back. What's the name? Is back in New York.
Tekashi's back in New York.
He's back in New York.
And somebody tweeted, if this nigga Chief Keef posted in New York, York, I'm fucking done. Because they went from New York to LA, and now Tekashi's back in New York.
Listen, right? Chief Keef isn't just active about his own career, but he's active about beef. We had the nigga booked for a concert after party April 13th. The nigga had 2 bags to pick up, and he just didn't show up because he was home playing Fortnite or wherever the fuck he was doing. Him and Tekashi are beefing. This nigga's popping up everywhere Tekashi is at, looking for this nigga, fiending for the smoke.
Yeah.
Please point me in the direction of the smoke.
I want all of it.
And Tekashi's just wiggling his way out of this shit. Like, he's the ultimate internet troll, man.
And what are they beefing over?
I don't even know.
Exactly.
They don't even know. Did you see the Tekashi TMZ interview today?
Yeah, I've seen that.
I fucking cried.
Joe,
man.
he did the Sosa shit.
Sosa.
Yeah. I seen that shit, man.
He said, hold on, this freestyle, hold on. They was like, yo, rap Tati. He's like, nah, I got something exclusive. This freestyle. Bitches love Sosa.
They asked Chief Keef about the whole getting shot at shit the other night. He just did this. I was like, yo, these little niggas is monsters, man.
Fucking DJ Academics had the best take on this shit. He said, man, niggas is shooting at buildings, hoping that it falls on Chief Keef and kills him like fucking Acme Industries, man. What the fuck?
I saw somebody tweet this is when I knew you couldn't kill Chief Keef. He was on a Breakfast Club, and Angela Yee was like,
"Are you 16?
So you 16?" Like, no, I ain't 16.
300.
I'm 300.
Fucking Chief Keef, man.
But it's like, yeah, it's just so many stupid little beefs going on.
And Tekashi's trying to reel Dirk into the shit. He was on.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He was on live with Dirk today, and I guess they're friends or whatever the case may be. And Tekashi's like, "Nah, we fuck with you, bro. We fuck with you. But you know these other niggas, man, they not gonna disrespect my city." So I guess Tekashi is starting shit with Chief Keef because of Finita, which is a 5-year-old record at this point, or 4 years old. Because he said, "I'm riding through New York, finna go and blow." They was like, "Well, you didn't blow New Jersey up, so there goes that." Like, so they just like fishing for attention. Like, the nigga Tekashi must be trying to get 50 million followers or some shit, and it's working.
Yeah. It's weird, man. Like, looking, and I'm not an advocate of the older niggas that hate on the young boys. I saw a lot of older niggas today had a lot of little fly shit to say about Uzi, how he was dressed, and Rich the Kid, and all. I let them beat them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't for you. It ain't for you. Cool. You know what I mean?
Niggas with the 7 7/8 fitteds and
yeah, like that little nigga doing his thing. I mean, he had a packed fucking audience yesterday. Like, let both of them had good audiences. Let them niggas do what they do and make their money and, you know, do whatever. It's weird though, looking at this new generation at their lack of respect on the flip side for like Jay Prince to us is like,
he's an authority.
That's a god. He like Godfather status. But the young, you should see them in the comments. Or, like, they like, oh, shut the fuck up. Like,
that's a bitch move. You cop out and this and that. And yo, it's crazy. I'm like, yo, this nigga like kills people.
Yeah, like Jay Prince, you tied to a bumper, drove over some cobblestone.
Yeah,
like
by niggas that you thought you was cool with, no less.
Like my folks, I play poker with, like, be with his son and shit. Like, they into a bunch of off the wall. Like they really like, they heavy down there.
Yeah, but they be out here too.
They be everywhere. So it's like, my thing is watching Jay Prince say this thing and me just being who I am. I understood him and respected him, and like, he make a lot. And then when he did the whole pigs turn into hogs and hogs get slaughtered, it's like
my partner / my boss John Meehan says it all the time. Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. He says it to me all the time. Let's just make XYZ amount of money and do it consistently. Let's not try to shoot our load, and the next thing we know, we bust our bank out, and now we don't got no fucking money. Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. He says it to me every single week. So when I heard it, I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah, it made a lot of sense to me.
Made all the sense in the world.
It's like, yeah, he got a fucking point. It's like, y'all gonna burn yourself out to where no one wants to hit. Like, and that's kind of where I would like, and this is the weird part. Motherfuckers like, oh, he got to respond by this. He got to respond by that. It's like,
shot clock.
If the shit's been going on for
7 years,
8 years, and you've gotten to the point now where you got a dish, like an actual, he put the freestyle out. It's 100% about Pusha T. This ain't no song where he just mentioned you once or two times. He made a diss about you, and Pusha T has now made a diss track about him. What more do you want out of the whole situation?
Yeah.
Like Ether and Takeover. The shit boiled and bubbled up. Jay was saying little slick shit on verses. Remember Jay did the joint on Bleaks.
Was it Marcyville?
No, Bleak first album.
Well, Bleak fired the first shot.
The first shot came from Bleak.
Yeah, your lifestyle's written with who you supposed to be.
And then Nas said, "You want to ball till you fall? I can help you with that."
Yeah.
In fact, it was that song. You want to. Like I ain't the nigga that sold 5 mil. What did your joint go? Right. Excuse me, nigga, don't confuse me. I ain't one of you rappers who got to do. They always was throwing little slick shit back and forth with each other. But when Jay got on Summer Jam stage and said, "As Nas, he don't want to withhold," then September he dropped Takeover. It's like, oh shit, he's up?
Not playing.
Then Nas dropped Ether December 4th. It's like, Jay shouldn't have done that. In most people's eyes, it's like, all right, we saw it. They got their shit off. Nas won. When Jay did Super Ugly, and it was just like, no. Yeah. This. All right, y'all got to be friends now.
My issue with Pusha's record, the story of Adion, is that it feels and looks too much like Super Ugly. That was my only issue. I don't have no ulterior motive as a Drake fan or none of that shit because I love Pusha also. But I can also spot bitterness and I can call bullshit and certain people's shit. And the fact that you've been throwing little pebbles at this fucking glass for all of this time, and then now the owner of the house has finally decided to respond and on your terms, but now you don't want to talk about what you originally wanted to talk about.
Right.
Now you want to switch gears and talk about some other shit now that he's proven himself to be a formidable foe on a lyrical duel head to head. Now you don't want to be lyrical no more. Now you want to sling mud.
Yeah.
And a few of the people, like intelligent friends that I have that I really respect, like they just acumen as humans, are all saying the same thing.
You
like,
and me had the conversation that night.
Like, no, I ain't rolling with that joint. Like, it's just,
I keep it all the way live with you. When I heard it, I was depressed. Because Pusha better than that.
Yes.
That was it. Like when motherfuckers was all going crazy, I had literally just got off work. Motherfuckers was going ape shit on Twitter. Oh, Pusha killing this joint, Pusha killing. I'm like, oh, bet. I told y'all I was riding around listening to Lord Willin'. Yeah. I had listened to Lord Willin' going to work, and then when I got off, I was literally playing Got Caught Damn when I realized the shit had happened. Right. So I get right on the Flunk Flex joint, boom, boom. I turn it on. It went off, and I'm just like,
I felt empty after
and I'm just like, Push way better than this.
Like the same,
and I was on the joint like, this ain't lyrical. Like this ain't Push like really talking his normal God flow that he normally have.
The song itself has no artistic integrity. However, as the week has gone on, I've changed my stance a little bit because a nigga mention your girl, you can't tell him how to respond when that line is crossed. And it don't matter if Drake mentioning her was an artistic shot or not, or just some clever rapper shit. It doesn't matter because as a man, you gotta hear that shit when you go home. You gonna let this nigga put my name in a song and you not gonna say nothing? Where's your response record? Like, he gotta live with that shit.
Yeah, you more so was on it. I didn't have a problem with anything Pusha said. It's a diss. I've heard way worse shit in diss trackers. Did you ever listen to The Bridge Is Over? Like, Roxanne Shante only good for fucking. Like them niggas was wildin' in the 80s. So it's like, I don't give a fuck about what you say in a diss record. My thing is, when it went off, I was like, I've heard Push rap so much better than that.
Yeah, we just heard it on Daytona. We just heard you rap better than this.
And that's my joint. It's like, for Drake to do all them double and triple flips. Like,
nobody
even
cares about that.
Crazy part is, and again, I don't really know none of these motherfuckers, and I don't really care about their lives. And motherfuckers had to explain to me, because I was like, when did Drake diss his wife? And they was like, let it ring on you like Virginia Williams. I'm like, that's his wife name. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because I would have caught that.
Right.
But it's just like, when you got all these double and triple flips in your joints and there's no malice in your heart, you're an approachable dude and all of these different joints, it's like, I really thought Pusha was about to like lyrically float on you. Yeah. Because I personally think lyrically, Pusha is as good, if not better, when he wants to be.
Absolutely.
I think rap and Drake is better than all these niggas, but Pusha is good and has the history behind him to where it's like, no, Pusha been hot for fucking a decade.
He's an excellent rapper.
So when I heard it, it's like, this is like some Jerry Springer, like Wendy Williams type shit.
It was like some TMZ Shade Room shit.
And I'm just like, nah, the Pusha, like, and that's where like people don't understand what I was trying to say the other day about the whole Super Ugly. I used that as a reference. Yeah. When you heard Takeover, right? And a lot of people, I guess they just don't remember, whatever. Takeover wasn't even about Nas. It was a Mobb Deep diss.
Yeah.
And he said, as Nas, he don't want to withhold. he didn't even have the third verse yet.
Yeah, no.
The third verse didn't come till September.
Yeah, then Nas put the joint out, hit the freeway,
shoot through Memphis with money bags, all that shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, when Jay put out Takeover and you living off the fame, the one CD in 5 years, nigga, I can divide this one CD in 10 years, nigga, I could divide this one every, let's say 2. And 2 of them shits was, one was, the other was Illmatic. So one, like, it was really him just showing off, like, nigga, you can't fuck with me, and I'm the illest right now.
Yeah.
He was dancing on that track. But then when you hear Super Ugly, nigga, me and the boy AI got more in common, I was like
you rap and you reeling other niggas into it.
It was just like, nah, Jay, this ain't it. And Dame said he was pissed. Dame said he was on a plane and landed. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, you can't even get that back now. You know what I mean? So it's like, to me, that's more so what I thought of the Addion joint was like, it's like some Super Ugly shit. And I just really thought Pusha was about to be on some, like, no Vaseline type shit. Like, just rapping, like, tearing it out the fucking ring. And it wasn't. And when they said it was on the story of OJ beat, I already knew. I'm like, this isn't going to go where I thought it was going to go.
With that being said, I feel like Pusha won for a couple of different reasons. One, Drake has officially waved the white flag. The OG told him to stand down. He's out of it. It's over.
How do you feel about that? Because that's where we originally started.
I mean, the whole thing is this. We come from the era of when you had a real OG or a real old head, you take heed to what you have to listen. Because it's no old heads left, a young motherfucker gonna say, oh, you on some bitch shit, blah, 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 because they don't have no structure in their life. So to me, if your old head say stand down, whether it be your dad or your uncle or somebody that looked out for you, you stand down.
Did you see, you made me think about it, did you see the young girl that got shot a couple weeks ago, 17-year-old? They were shooting, 17-year-old girl got killed, and a 16-year-old boy got shot. But they weren't the intended targets. They were just like getting out of the car.
I heard about that.
The girl who got killed, her grandfather works in my depot. Right? Shout out Barry, man. Sorry for your loss. Barry, cool as shit. Coolest Jamaican dude you ever fucking meet in your life. But that was his granddaughter. So he's been out, they dealing with the funeral and all this shit and whatever. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, how the fuck does that happen? Because I was telling Love and Carl, I'm just like, one of the older dudes who's respected is supposed to step in like, look, whatever dumbass beef you little niggas got, it can't happen here. Like, if the civilians can't get in the midst of this,
right? And
that's the problem with a lot of this shit that go on. It's nobody to tell these little niggas, yo, stop.
Yeah, it's no structure to it.
Yo, relax.
There's no authority. It's no nothing. They just out here just wilding out doing.
Like, I remember back in the day, I'll keep the names out of it, but one of my close homies had got robbed by some niggas around the way or whatever, and he was like, like he had a bunch of peoples in South Philly that were like, played a lot of games and shit. So they came through Penrose and this whole war almost ensued.
Yeah.
And like the older niggas got like everybody to meet at the park. And I remember I was like a baby and I'm just like in the midst of this shit. And it's just like watching it all just literally come to where it was like handshakes and that shit ended. It was just like, could have been a bloodbath.
Right.
But
cooler head.
Everybody go their own way. And it's like, as you get older, you realize like, damn, like hood niggas be having the ability to save lives.
Yeah.
Like they be having the ability to like keep the community from actual ruin.
Yeah.
But a lot of these motherfuckers just don't step in and don't exercise.
But that's the reason why Chicago is in the state that it's in and has been for the last 10, 12 years, because all the OGs are in the feds doing 99 years.
Yeah. Like I was talking to somebody.
Literally nobody to put their foot down and say, don't do this, da da da. So if you 14 and you got 5 bodies, you the OG now.
Somebody was hit me earlier about the whole Jay Prince stepping in. Like, yo, I told him, no, that's dead. We done with that. You know what I'm saying? The third. And I'm like, well, you got to look at it from this angle. The Drake and the Pusha shit has going on now for 7-8 years. If you want to add in the shit with Lil Wayne, it's going on for 12, 13. That was 06. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like this whole thing has been brewing for a pretty long time. So you got to look at Pusha T and who he is, right? I can't speak globally, but I know Guinea wise, he's the man. You know what I'm saying? In Virginia, it's him and Pharrell and AI. Like they the guys, and putting his brother Malice. You know, like they hold a lot of weight. So it's like they move and shake, and then he's got his good music affiliation with all of them over there. Chains, Kanye, Sean, everybody. Yeah. He's connected. Drake is the biggest motherfucker in the game, and not just pop. Drake,
the biggest artist Period.
Drake literally got Baca and all them wild ass Toronto niggas. He got Jay Prince and all the Houston niggas. Like he got Wheezy and all the like. It just he's so connected where it's like nothing good can happen from this situation now.
Yeah.
He said his piece. He said his piece. Only thing that can happen now is one of y'all literally disrespect somebody to the point where it's like,
now I got to kill this.
The
nigga.
Yoppers got to come out,
Yeah.
and now we got a whole East Coast West Coast shit, and it's like. I can understand Jay Prince, like, nigga, he said, we ain't worked this hard for this bullshit.
Yeah, you made 100 M's last year. You think I'm about to throw that away so somebody that's with you could kill somebody that's with him or worse, kill him, and then now we got an indictment on all of us?
Like, yeah, and it's like, you really got to step back and really, like, I love life. So
Beef is bad for business. Period. That shit is cute on record and all of that shit.
The thing with hip hop is they have made it seem like beef is what makes hip hop, what sells, and it's like, nah, dog. It's so much dumb shit that happens behind these beefs. It's like, yes, East Coast, West Coast was the shit. Biggie made a classic, Pac made a classic. It was a lot of merch sold. Niggas went on tours. Y'all don't realize niggas was drinking pee in the background. Like, niggas was drinking piss in the background.
Fucking police officers have been indicted.
Niggas
Biggie and Pac is dead. Suge is in jail for the rest of his natural life.
Niggas was getting addresses beat up out of them. Where Puffy mom live?
Yeah.
Like beating address out of nigga. Like, and all you saw was the forefront. Like, oh, kicking the door is hot. Same with John 50. Damn, 50 dropped the classic. John had good music. You don't realize niggas was getting stabbed. Fucking Irvin almost went down for life. Like, nigga, like lives be getting fucked up behind. Look at T.I. and Flip. Like them beefs, them shits can go left in a hurry. And like you seen Drake and Meek where it wasn't even like a disrespectful we gonna try to kill you beef, but it literally got to the point where when Drake came here to perform, it's 100,000 dirty niggas standing at the gate like why he won't come out here.
Right.
It's like y'all looking for like Drake not looking for smoke. He just played your man and then went on about his business because that's how the kind of a person he is. But it's like beef. Look at Beans and Kiss. They like adamant about. They always talk about it in all their interviews. We thank the Lord that neither one of us got close to eat the other person during our little beef. Because somebody would have died.
Yeah, somebody would have died. Somebody would have been in jail for life.
Y'all niggas cool now. Bean says Styles got him to stop smoking cigarettes. Like, he straight helped my life out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they cool fam. Y'all at one point was going to murder each other over rat beef. It's listen, niggas, it's the stupidest shit you could ever get into. It's fun to have lyrical jabbing and doing all of that shit back and forth.
Yeah.
But once that disrespect line gets crossed, I respect Jay Prince stepping in like, all right, yeah, we cool on this.
Yeah, I mean,
because you a grown man, it's only but so much disrespectful shit you can get said. Like, realistically, to me, the shit about his mom wasn't that disrespectful. Shit about his dad wasn't disrespectful. Whatever. His dad's been known to wear them. Like, that's why I said the other day, did y'all just find out his pop wear them suits? He been wearing them shits. You know what I mean? The shit about 40 was like,
you cross the line.
like, damn, dog.
Like, at that point, I'm like, I got two words for Drake: Russian hitman.
Yeah.
Like a nigga, like you know what I'm saying, if my man got MS or kidney failure or something, we not rapping no more.
yeah.
It's time to bring the Yappas out.
And I see
where
motherfuckers,
you at?
I see motherfuckers the other day like, oh, Pac this Prodigy for having sickle cell, and I'm like, you know, Pac got killed, right?
You know, Pac was a fake ass nigga too,
Like,
right?
you
He
know-
did a lot of crumb nutty shit once he felt like he had a power base behind him
I
to
said
do
the
that
other day,
shit.
I'm like, you know, Pac got killed behind doing too much. Like,
Yeah.
he came at Prodigy for having sickle cell.
Yeah. He
and
also
he
got his top pop.
Yeah, he came at, I fucked your bitch and all this shit. It's like, you know, Pac got murdered though.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the part you like leave out when you be like, oh, Pac was super disrespectful. It's like, yeah, but
Pac's dead and
Pac
gone.
got put in a box.
Pac got put in a box not long after.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Pac, this how much nut shit Pac.
Big got put in a box behind who shot you.
Yeah.
Which wasn't even like crazy, but it was just the fact that it was disrespectful, the fact that Pop had got killed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, Pac had got shot. Like, it's just a joint. Like, once them lines get crossed where people really, like, y'all are looking for family members and all, like, you can't really come back from that.
Yeah.
It kind of gotta stay over there to the point where a body has to drop, and then motherfuckers like, yo, look,
This shit is senseless violence.
Farrakhan got coming. Farrakhan had to step in for 50 in game. Because it's like, yo, once a line gets crossed,
somebody got beat up, somebody got shot in the ass, some whole other shit, like, and just like where do we go from here? Like, you kill one of mine, I kill two of yours, you kill five of mine. Like, where do we go from here? But all I do know is all this shit is bad for business. But this how reckless and stupid Pac was being. Pac was so power drunk. He was in New York City. Nas pulled him to the side. Yo, I ain't got no problem with you. I fuck with you. I respect you. You a legend. Blah, blah, blah. Pac still talking shit. He goes back over to Snoop Dogg. Yeah, these niggas shook. Blah, blah, blah. Snoop like, you don't see these 100 niggas surrounding us? Mm-hmm. We could die today, right now in Central Park.
Yeah.
That mentality is what got him killed.
Yeah.
Because you out here thinking that you can press the line on anybody and all it take is a snap of a finger and all of y'all would have been dead. You, Suge, Snoop, Daz, Corrupt, the whole dog pound like, eradicated.
The same way y'all got 60 dirty niggas that just came home from the pen in LA, they got 60, 70 dirty niggas in Queensbridge that just came home from fucking up top that's looking for, they just came home from Greenhaven, they looking for some fucking smoke.
Nigga trying to earn a prepresidential rollie. Who I gotta kill?
Real shit.
Who I gotta kill to get the conduct?
I fuck with Snoop for Snoop saying about the whole night when they did the Source Awards. When Suge got on stage and came at Puff, like Snoop, like, is this nigga out of his fucking mind? He like, granted, yeah, we 60 motherfucking deep in here, death row deep as shit, but it's 60 Brooklyn niggas over there, it's 60 Harlem niggas over here. He's like, it's 60 Yonkers niggas up top, and Snoop like, I'm doing the math. Like, yeah, it's 60 niggas from every section of New York, but all this shit New York. And we from LA dissing New York in New York.
We gonna get the button pressed on us tonight.
And Snoop said, I got on stage and I said that shit. We know where the fuck we at. East Coast in the house. We know what's up. Y'all ain't got no love for us. Let it be known. We don't give a fuck. We know where we at. We on the East Coast. We in New York. East Coast in the motherfucking house. And Snoop said, I said that. And that literally got us enough time. Like,
get out of the building.
We ain't gonna fuck y'all up right now, but y'all gotta go. He's like, and we got the fuck out of there. And he's like, I looked at shit completely different after that. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck how much bravado, how much motherfucking moxie you walk around with. Don't put me in no situation where they could have straight trampled us. Like, dead ass. Did you see when they showed the Wu-Tang? Yeah. The nigga was in the crowd with a ski mask and a sword, chilling like this. Like, you not trying to deal with that tonight. He had a ski mask with 2 swords on his back in the crowd.
Like ninja gated.
At a fucking event, like at an award show.
You ain't gonna check your swords in, bro? No, I ain't checking shit.
They ain't make you give up the swords.
They ain't make you give up the ninja size or none of that shit, huh? You got the stars and everything.
And it's like, you don't want to deal with that. So it's like, yeah, like in those situations, you got to understand that once a line gets crossed, it's only bad that can happen. So everybody like, oh, I'm waiting on Drake response, probably ain't getting it, yo. And I respect him for respecting Jazz Prince enough to be like, yo.
Yeah, that shit is super over.
Y'all need OGs, man. Y'all need, like, I ain't even talking about like street drug dealers, because I don't be giving a fuck about that shit anyway. Y'all just really need dads. Y'all need uncles. Y'all need grandfathers.
Y'all need somebody from somewhere that been through something in their life that's smart enough to know what's a good decision and what's a bad decision. Because a lot of y'all be unapologetically making bad fucking decisions.
I feel like just in general, it's a lot of y'all that just look for smoke. That you don't need, like, for perfect example, this really happened. I'm not making this shit up. The other day, right, dude at my job, shout out G, man, hope he get better and shit. He driving the bus, 33. He comes through the light at 19th and College Wall, like, you know, where Gerard and all that shit. The light is green. A car takes the fuck off out of the, like, he was double parked, like, parked, like, on the side, like, sitting on the side. Just takes the fuck off and runs the light. Bus hits him, T-bones him. Bull, who, like, his family out there and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because they on a block or whatever. Dude runs the fuck down. Like, why the fuck you hit my nephew? Breaks the door down on the bus and runs on the bus and starts rumbling with the driver and shit. Like, whole time, I'm thinking, like, I'm in shock just now because of the accident. Yeah. But it's like, I want to get up to help the nigga.
Yeah.
And the bull gets out the car. The nephew like, Unc, chill. Like, I ran a light. That was my fault. And the Unc steady wilding. These niggas rumbling. Mind you, the glass came out the bus. The glass came out the door. So they covered in blood. I mean, it's blood all over the fucking front of the bus. Blood all over both these niggas. Rumbling, tussling, all this shit. Take them to the motherfucking hospital. Bull gets locked up. And I'm just like,
for what?
For what? He ran the light and got hit. That's what happens when you run a light.
It's like you say all the time. Something that you got burned in my brain is accidents happen when people fuck up and try to fix shit, or when people just being negligent and being stupid. In that event, he was just totally fucking negligent. That's his fault. He got to eat that. His little Buick Century is over for that. It is what it is.
Even if a fucking bus hits you and the bus is at fault. When I've been in a couple accidents. When accidents happen, y'all get out. Y'all exchange information. You okay? No, I'm not okay. I'm gonna call 911. Yeah. Like, there's no reason for you to come running and bust down doors and start.
You know who busts down doors and start trying to rumble and shit like that? Niggas with no insurance.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just niggas with no purpose. Yeah. Like, I see a lot of shit that gets done out here and it be niggas with no purpose. Yeah. Like, all these shootings and all these killings, it's just niggas that's just out here with weapons. That's it. Because when you get to the root of the whole shit, it's like, wait, what was the reason
they weren't over $400?
What was the reason they were shooting? Dumb shit. So it's like, I see enough of this shit, and I be telling y'all, like, I see like the worst of it being in, like, and I don't be trying to play North Philly because my dad from North Philly, my grandpa, like my whole family, real talk, is from North Philly, and I make jokes like with AO and shit. Like, we just what we do. They talk about Southwest, we talk about North. But being in some of these like little pockets where it's just like, you just be like, damn, perfect. No, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. Chick is on the bus the other day. She get on dirty flip flops, rag on her head, you know, standard, you know what I'm saying, look a mess type shit. She got the phone up like this, but she trying to pay, and she got her son. She got a son, young boy, maybe 2, because he walking, but not super walking. So she walking with him, whatever. She puts him down to cut. She like, I'm gonna go put him down, and then she put him down, come back up to pay. She on the phone. This the phone conversation I hear while I'm driving. She's standing next to me paying. She on the phone. She like, yeah, nah, that's why I be telling you why you fuck with all these different niggas. I get perks from 2 motherfuckers because they legit. Rest of these niggas be on turkey time. You know how many times I got burnt walking up to niggas, yo, who got perks, and they sell me some bullshit. Fuck out of here. My perk niggas is legit, and I'm like, shorty,
ma'am,
like, and she loud as shit,
right?
And I'm looking at like young boy, like, damn, like she cold, like, don't even care that it's middle of the day. Why you ain't at work? Whatever. She just on the phone talking about who she get perks from, this and the third. So then she go back, she sit down, she on the phone again. Yeah, what I gotta do to drop the charges? No, me and my baby father cool now. Like, it's good, it's all straight. What I gotta do, send a letter to the judge? All right, if I gotta send a letter, I can't go down there. And I'm just like, yo, her situation is in shambles.
I say it all the time, man. You know, sometimes you get into bullshit because you a bullshit bitch, like, or just a bullshit person, period.
And my biggest thing is, I'm just looking at young boy.
Like, you gotta grow up. You gotta
like,
live
you
with
gotta
this.
deal with this shit 24/7.
Yeah.
Like, damn. Like, yo,
some people get dealt a bad hand, man.
You get a bad hand, you can fold that joint. I play enough poker to know that. The problem be when you get the bad hand and you be like, call. That's when the bullshit starts. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it a bean. That was a perfect analogy for that. But it's like, you get dealt a bad hand, fold that shit. See, like, it's fucked up, but y'all, like, the 6-year-olds gotta, like, look, mom, I'm moving out. Because you want some bullshit. I can't take this shit.
Where's Nana house at?
Real talk.
Drop me off at Nana house with all my shit.
But that whole you get dealt a bad hand joint, I know dudes who had it all set up for him and fucked it up.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, like my man Steve, he in the city now. I told you he worked for Netflix, got like a corporate job for Netflix.
Yeah.
I ain't getting into his whole situation because, you know, I ain't the place, but man, I'm talking about like fucking the kids off the wire bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just like Mike off the wire. Like, he had a fucked up situation.
Right.
And he made it. Good. But he wanted that.
Right.
And he understood what was right and what was wrong.
Yeah.
And that be the thing. It's like, these motherfuckers be so influenced by, oh shit, Uzi chased Rich the Kid. He lit. When in all actuality, Uzi could have came down there and got hit in the face with a 2x4.
Really?
And you know what I'm saying?
Because it's a such thing as playing with niggas that's not playing with you. Or pushing energy onto somebody who got the same or worse energy than you got. And then now you got a whole calamity. And then 3 motherfuckers die. And then they like, man, this is some stupid ass internet bullshit.
Like, I remember when I went to Pepper, right? Middle school and shit. And you didn't go to Pepper, did you?
No, I went to Hamilton.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah. But they was all the same shit. Tilden, Turner, Pepper, all that shit. So Pepper lunchroom was big, and it was on the basement. And it'd be a lot of motherfuckers. And it was always some silly shit, fights, people arguing, shit, whatever. And I remember, like, bulls I was around at the time, it was a kid in the class. I'll never forget his name. His name was Shanaris. That was, like, the weirdest name I ever heard. But I'll never forget that. But the nigga threw a milk at. He was like, watch this. Bow. And hit him with a chocolate milk. And motherfuckers thought it was funny. And me being who I was at 12 was like,
no, that's not funny.
The fuck you do that for? And the boy Shanaris was like considered, I guess, a nerd. Like he was like kind of a geeky kid and shit. And he's like, you gonna get fucked up after school. He said that to him like all hype, and they was all laughing and shit. And he was talking, I'm gonna beat his fucking ass. He tried me because the shit was going out on the ramps after school, Alpha ramp and Delta ramp. And we get out, and it, like, mind you, the whole time we knew Shanaris, he was just like a nerdy, quiet kid.
Yeah.
So school getting out, it's me and Turk. Shout out Malik. Me and Turk walking out of the building. I'd forgotten all about that shit from lunch with Smoke. That's who threw the milk at him and shit. We get out to the fucking Delta ramp. You see all the kids jumping around all hype and shit. I'm like, oh shit, they rumbling. We run out the motherfucking door. We get out there. Smoke is laid the fuck. I'm talking about, I'm not trying to be funny. I mean, he's laid out. And you see Shanaris like bouncing on his tippy toes.
Karate size this nigga.
Turns out he was like a 3rd degree black belt. And like he was competing in like karate competitions and doing all this shit. And I'm like, this nigga almost got his neck broke out just on some trying to be funny at lunch for no fucking reason. And it's like, that's how fast you could be in a situation where a motherfucker could rip your fucking head off. Yeah. And then you look back like, for what? Like there was no reason to do this dumb ass
I probably shouldn't have did that.
Probably should have just drunk my milk. You know what I'm saying? My bones would be a little stronger.
I got weak bones and I got my ass.
Yeah. And it's like that happens a lot in the streets. And motherfuckers can't stop it because somebody like me who's not a street nigga can't tell them, yo, XYZ, you know what I'm saying? It's the way it works. It's like motherfuckers almost gotta go through the dumb shit just to go through it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I thought was dope the other day? Young boy came up to me out front of Roxborough, and you know them kids be acting a fucking
donkey out there.
They be acting a fool. Young boy came up to me like in the midst of that, like, yo, I'm getting ready to graduate, and like I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, how old you gotta be to like drive, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you gotta be 21 here, but I'm like, you can get on at places and like go. He was like, yeah man, like I've been thinking about getting my CDL. I ain't really say nothing to my homies because they be like playing around and shit too much. And I'm like, oh, you get your CDL, you guarantee yourself 60-70 grand every year. Like that's at a bare minimum. Like right. I haven't made under 60 grand and I can't remember, you know what I'm saying? Like you depend, man, I used to drive for Walmart, like all that shit. Like you know, you can literally just, you gonna have a guaranteed check, you go get a CDL, you know what I'm saying? And he like, yeah, because I really just don't think college for me. And it's like, I really ain't got nobody to talk to because our counselor just be on bullshit. And me and Young Boy had like a whole little good conversation. I'm thinking he like doing this shit to be smart or playing, but he was like sincere with it, like, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, yeah man, I keep you posted, you know, because he like, you could tell like the school year ending, you know,
he trying to figure
I'm about to graduate, and it's fucked up because the black households, it ain't like, okay, you graduated, now let's try to, you know, figure it out with you. It's like, all right, what the fuck you doing? Because you in the way. You ain't paying no rent.
It ain't like, oh, I'm gonna go work for my father or my grandfather company or some shit like that. It's like, nigga, you need to start kicking in,
and that's another issue that we don't never really get into. It's like in the black community, when you turn 18, you like a liability, and that
man. Let's talk about it. Let's really talk about it.
And it's like that further pushes these kids to start trapping and kicking in doors and doing all this dumbass shit because they like, I gotta find a way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom told me I'm in the way. I gotta figure something out. And it's like ain't really no opportunities and they don't really know where to find an opportunity. Real talk, an opportunity could hit them in the face. They wouldn't even know. So it's like, straight up. And I'm like talking to Yumbo really like me, like I'm like all these little niggas out here slap boxing, doing weird shit, and it's one just like, yo, I just want to talk to like an older, and you could tell ain't got no pop,
and no uncles
probably all smoked the fuck out doing weird shit, whatever. Yeah. So it's like he just ain't got a motherfucker. With just him telling me that, like I ain't never heard a 17-year-old come up to me like, I'm just trying to figure it out, and I need somebody I can rap with, and it's just like. Damn, like
the big issue is that, you know, we have not necessarily just us, but through different police involvement and bad decisions. And it's like a number of factors that go into it. We've created these broken communities that these young kids are being forced to grow up in, where they don't even have no sort of like upward mobility or nothing that they can definitely point to in their lives that's going to help pull them up or point them in the right direction. Yeah. Because even when you like in school, you got guidance counselors and shit like that, but it ain't mandated that you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like you gotta go upon request, or
it's like a I forgot what they call it, like an elective.
Yeah,
like that's how kind of like it is.
So it's like, yo, if you know, it's information out there, but they not being given the right information to, you know, unless you go to like a vocational school, you're not even being given the right information from 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 on what the next steps are for you. Because if a kid don't have no interest in college, they damn near like washing their hands of you when you turn 18. Like, well, you ain't going to college. We don't know what the fuck to do to you. And it's like, why? Like, it's not like that in these other communities. Like, fucking a Mexican kid might be getting taught a trade by his father or his uncle or whatever, carpentry or fucking wet sanding or whatever.
I say it all the time. It's like, why when you're 17 do you have to go to college? Why can't he just spend the next 3 years working in the electrical field and try to become like a master electrician?
Yeah, and then when he's 20 years old, he's making $147,000 a year, and now he can create his own fucking company and teach other young people the same thing, and he's 21 years old with 50 employees.
Something I read recently was like, high schools need to stop worrying about English and social studies and science and fucking Calc 2 and shit that you're never going to use, and start worrying about taxes, start worrying about CPR, money management, just shit you need. What's crazy is, yo, I legit have met people who are parents that don't know CPR. And that's the scariest shit on earth to me, because it's like, you have a baby. What the fuck do you mean you don't know CPR?
I'll call the ambulance. You know the average ambulance response time?
Like, yo, what's crazy is like, I watch kids that go to Roxborough get out of school and pick their kids up from the daycare center down the street.
That's nuts.
And it's just like, damn, you in school and not even learning that shit. And it's like, how the fuck is it? How haven't we changed the curriculum yet to where it's like you're really trying to nurture and make these kids better?
Because it's the same shit like where in DC, certain shit gets put on the dockets for Congress and for the Senate because of lobbying and money that's being spent. So whoever the fuck is out there on some fucking dumbass calculus math board or whatever is pushing some agenda through the school system that you got to teach. You know, this is the curriculum that you need to be teaching or whatever, because they fucking selling all of the textbooks or whatever, and they spending XYZ amount of money with the school boards and shit like that. So that's what the fuck we teaching these kids, instead of usable life skills that's going to give them a craft or a trade or a way to fucking earn income when they are 17, 18 years old, which a lot of these kids need money because they got kids and they got responsibilities and come from broken homes and like shit like that, but it ain't no way for them to right size themselves or to fucking fix their shit, because they just going to, if you go to a college prep school and then you don't go to college, you failed.
Yeah, pretty much.
The educational system has failed you. Like, you're fucked. Like, if you don't go to college, but you went to a college prep school, now what? Because you got all this useless information in your fucking head and you can't do nothing but go work at the fucking Gap or be a waiter at Chili's.
I had the joint, I deleted it, but the guy was saying like the shit that they need to teach in school for these young kids, and it's like, yeah, how the fuck do you not learn money management in 2018? Like, yo, I meet kids, I'm not trying to be funny, that they aren't like computer literate. Like, they don't know how to like type up a resume.
Yeah, they have a fucking iPhone and all they doing is going on Instagram and fucking texting with it.
Yeah, and it's just like, damn, like we it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
And we can't unpack it completely, not in 2 hours. You know what I mean? So it's
not
like
10 hours.
Yeah, really. Yeah, but I do feel like some of it is like taking responsibility and understanding. Like Young Boy the other day, that take a lot. Yeah. For you to just walk, because I could have been on some, man, what the fuck out of here. Like, I got 2 trips, nigga. I'm on vacation. Because it was my last, I could have been on some that, but for him to come up, and I told him, I'm like, look, you know, I'm on the 9 for this pick, and next pick, and I'm on the 48. I told him my name, you know what I'm saying, my account number and shit. I was like, yo, you ever, you know what I'm saying, just come through the depot if you went on, you know what I'm saying, like, and I was just like, that was dope to hear a young 17-year-old, like, I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm not trying to be in some bullshit where I'm getting my head cracked open. I just want to like have a nice life and work and try to get me a family and a house. And that's the tip. He was like sincere with it. And I'm just like, it's fucked up that he like, I'm a stranger.
He got to go to a complete stranger to try to get
never seen this young boy.
Yeah.
But it's like I've seen it because he get on the charter or whatever. But it's like the fact that he can't go to his dad. He can't go to his grandpa. He can't go to, I guess no OGs. And that's the part you was talking about. Like, y'all not respecting Jay Prince because y'all don't understand what the fuck a OG is.
Yeah.
Like an old head is someone you can really go to in a situation like, yo, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. I don't know how to move in this situation.
If I've been in 10 situations and this old head then gave me 10 proper solutions to my problems, when he comes to me and tell me, yo, stop, don't entertain that, I'm not entertaining it. Like, I don't give a fuck what y'all think. I don't give a fuck about y'all memes on the internet, none of that shit. I'm going to listen to my old head.
Like, perfect example, my favorite movie of all time is A Bronx Tale. And if you watch The Bronx Tale, you've seen A Bronx Tale, right? Sonny straight told C, stay the fuck away from them, to the point where he had to snap on them. If I catch y'all around him, I'm fucking y'all up. And then you see what happens. Next thing you know, these motherfuckers burning up in a car. Yeah. And see, like, damn, Sonny saved my life. Sonny life was already over from when he killed the bull for Carmine. Right. Sonny knew his shit was already made, but he was trying his hardest to just right wrongs. And he would tell, why the fuck you chasing bull? He owe me $10. So the fuck what?
Fuck is $10?
It cost you $10 to get him the fuck out your life. Leave that nigga alone. Yeah. To the point where he seen boy again, hey, I ain't worried about you. Because my old head said chalk that shit. Yeah. And it's like, that's really what, and Sonny a career criminal. What they call it, a recidivist. Right. Word of the week might be recidivist.
But at the end of the day, he knows that beef, going back to what we said before, beef is bad for business.
You get nothing out of it.
You get nothing out of it.
He burnt you for $10. It cost you $10 to not have to deal with him no more. That's a win. It was so many jewels dropped in Bronx Tale, yo. Many. Jesus Christ.
It's too many, man.
But like, yeah, that shit, I always think about that when like that movie. Like, dog, like an older gentleman who really, really know what's up, he'll tell you, yo, watch, like, and shout out Shiz. That's my old head GS. He did that for me maybe, I say like 06, 07. I was about to get into a situation with some money, like putting some money up or something. And he straight came to me like, yo, cool out. And it was like his fault. And he like, nah, because he gonna put you through the ringer and I don't even want to see you go through it. Sure enough, maybe like 4 months later, the IRS had him in all this limbo. And I'm just like, damn, like I can't do nothing but respect him forever for that, because he straight told me, don't do that. Don't put no money into that shit. You just gonna get yourself in a headache. He's like, I like that could come from. And I literally met him that summer. He was just like, I fucks with you. You a cool ass young boy. You don't need the headache. Stay away from that dumb shit. And I saw where it went. Yeah. That shit is real. And like, you need dudes like that to just come around and be like, cool out. You getting way too much money for this stupid ass shit. Stop. Yeah. Like any older nigga, and women too. Like, niggas need to start listening to women, because women will tell you, and that's a perfect joint Kanye was talking about in there. Like, you ever had your wife tell you like, yo, you gonna fuck the money up, sit your dumb ass down, and you still do it and like go against what she say, and then you got her looking like an asshole? Like, listen to your women and listen to your old heads. And if you don't have none, get you some women and get you some old heads. My girl done told me on 80 different occasions certain things, and I just be like, damn, like, she young, like, how the fuck she know? Like, but they just have an intuition that just... Yeah. And it save you a ton of fucking headaches. It'll save you a ton of problems and a ton of headaches. Like, any man I meet that's like older than like 24 that be like, I ain't worried about wife and that, I'd be like, yo, you're retarded. Yeah. Like, you are absolutely retarded. You need to take a retardation test. You might be clinically retarded. What they say back in the day, LD. You're LD. You need that. Like, you need that balance. You need that balance from your lady. You need that balance from your older people in your life. You need to. You need to have a counsel in your life. People be on some lone wolf shit. Don't want to talk to nobody. Don't want to listen to nobody. Like, and I can get like that at some times, but I still have certain people that I talk to about various certain things that, like, I'd be like, yo, am I tripping? But such this is a situation. Like, my grandpop just turned 98 years old, and he get annoying just like all our family do. It's just what it is. But there be times where I go over there just to talk with him. We ain't even gotta be talking about shit, but just to hear 100-year-old perspective on shit. Just because it puts you in the proper perspective when, like, I be thinking life is hard or shit is going on. My grandpop straight will tell me about how he grew up in Monroe, North Carolina. He was born in 1920. So you figure when he was going to grade school, what year was it? 28, 29, 30. He's a black kid going to school in 1929 in the South. My grandpa always talk about the young niggas and how they don't want to do anything. He's like, I go out to the store 10, 11 o'clock. It's kids outside smoking weed, sitting across the street shooting dice. Like, why y'all not in school? Mr. Wall, I ain't going out of fucking school. They be on bullshit down there. Like, what you mean you not going to school? He's like, when in my day, we went to school every day. Even if you was sick, you was going to school.
Right.
He's like, and for us to go to school, we had to walk past 2 white schools because we had to walk 3 miles to go to school. You couldn't, remember, 1930, you couldn't just go to whatever the fuck school was in your neighborhood.
Segregation in full
So he
effect.
was like, we had to walk past white schools and fight them.
To get to school.
Get to school.
Yeah.
And then when we left, we had to fight them to get home.
Right. It's a privilege to go to school.
And he's like, we didn't miss days. Like, you missed a day of school. People thought they was coming to the house. Is everything all right? We walked.
Right.
Like, you know, and just hearing that, it's like, damn, it really do make our younger generation, like, the young niggas that get on the bus, yo, gee, I ain't got no fare. I'm only going up the block though. What the fuck, you ain't walk up the block?
Right. Walk up the block, man.
Fuck that. And it's like that sense of entitlement, that sense of I can do whatever the fuck I want. It trickles down to the goofy shit going on.
Because we talk about it all the time in the group chat. They mothers and they aunts and they grandmothers be fucking babying them. And the next thing you know, this nigga's a fucking career criminal and you want to sit here, a recidivist, and you want to be writing all these letters to the judge and this, that, and the third. Yeah. Meanwhile, you didn't fucking let him do whatever the fuck he want for the last 17 years in a row. Every time he did some bullshit that you should have slapped him in his mouth for, this is a boy being a boy. Don't be so hard on him.
My man at work the other day, my man Bradford, he a Baltimore nigga, funny as shit. Funny, he talk like a straight wire nigga.
Straight wire nigga.
He like, my nigga, he say my nigga over there. He like, my nigga, I pull a bus up in front of motherfucking Dobbins. He do the Dobbins school trip shift, the kids and shit on Lehigh. He like, I get off the bus, smoke me a motherfucking cigarette, you know what I'm saying? I'm out there smoking, looking at my phone, chilling. He's like, the motherfucking school police lady come to me like, sir, you might want to get on the bus. The kid is in the seat. He's like, I turn around, young boy in the driver's seat trying to start the bus. Like, young boy, what the fuck is you doing? He like, oh, hey, don't talk to me like that. Like, what? He's like, I'm about to slap your fucking head off your shoulder. He's like, this little nigga is sitting in the driver's seat with his foot on the pedal trying to hit because it's a start button, but you guys had a key turn and the ignition on to activate. He's like, young boy trying to start the bus in the driver's seat. I come up like, I'm get the fuck out the seat. Like, oh, hey, don't talk to me like that. Like, you got enough gall to say that to a motherfucker when
you never met before. You all the way drawn.
You all the way drawing. And he was like, young boy came off the bus and he trying to like flex up a little bit. He's like, I had to talk to him like, young boy, it ain't even about that because I'm working. So this ain't even that type time. But you out here just doing dumb shit. You gonna run into a nigga that want just as much smoke as you, if not more. And he gonna put you in a motherfucking situation where you really gotta think about it. Like, damn, I might get murdered in this whole little like, and it's like, for what?
There's niggas out here, and I know some of these niggas that will murder a 14, 15-year-old with no hesitation in cold blood and tell his mother that he did it. Like, no, your son was on some nut shit. Like, he needed to go. Like, with no hesitation. Like, stop playing with everybody, man. The life you save might be your own.
The life you save might be your own. Real shit. When he told me that, I was dying. He's like, young boy in the driver's seat
trying to me like that.
Trying to start the bus. I tell him to get the fuck out of the seat. Oh, don't talk to me like that. Like, what, nigga? He's like, you lucky I ain't smack your head across the street. Like, you drawing right now. Get the fuck out the joint. He's like, so he get off. He trying to swole up in front of his little friends showing off. And he like, I don't know what you doing all that for, because this ain't that. And that ain't this. Like, there's no reason for that. Because I ain't the fuck worried about you on that type time. Like, I'm working, nigga. Like, I'm an old nigga. You got all that stupid shit.
But then as soon as I speed beat you, your mom gonna be fucking trying to sue.
Oh, my God, the driver couldn't. Why he put his hands on my son? Like, your son was trying to steal a bus.
Like I tell people all the time.
Like, what?
I tell people all the time, my girl cousins and shit like that got sons, I be like, listen, the shit that you chalk now when your 3 and 4-year-old son that you chalk up to just being mischief and a boy being a boy, the next thing, when he's 17 and 18, that shit is criminal activity. And a motherfucking judge or police officer is not going to have no leniency on him or you because you didn't fucking discipline your son his whole life. Stop being a fucking airhead and slap your son sometimes, or at the very least correct his action. Stop letting him just do whatever the fuck he want and then getting mad at his dad when he say, nigga, what the fuck is you doing? Like, don't talk to him like that. what is you doing?
Yeah,
like,
I got into
letting him do this shit.
I remember when I was a young boy, the cops brought me home one night. We had got into some shit, whatever. Cops brought me home, and my mom straight said, "This happened again. Tell them don't even bring you here. Tell them you got to figure that shit out. Yeah. Don't even come here." And I'm like, "Yeah, you right." And the cops never brought me back home, and I got a nice little life. Cause it's like I was a young boy, 14. I think I was like 14 at the time. You gonna get in the shit. It's just it's natural. You a young boy. You growing up in the neighborhood. You gonna have some stupid shit pop up.
You gonna come to a fork in the road
where like young boy the other day,
and you gotta decide: am I gonna be a dickhead?
I'm not liking the way this shit is looking. OG, can you help me out a little bit?
Or am I gonna do the right thing and ask somebody for some help because I'm on bullshit and I don't know how to figure it out on my own, so I'm acting out. You gotta decide which path that you want to take. But if you at home and every time you get into some bullshit at school and your mom want to argue and fight the teacher, you going to grow up with a sense of entitlement thinking that everything you do is the right thing to do and people be tripping on you.
The crazy part is, we was in school. I remember the teachers used to call my house and my mom and my dad would go to fuck off. Like, you're not doing your work. You're not doing whatever. Ass whoopings. Go to your fucking room. Take my fucking controllers. They used to torture me. They used to take the controllers, but not the game system.
Keep the game system.
Yeah, I'm taking the controllers. Now what the fuck? You know, shit like that.
You can watch the game. You can't play it.
Exactly. So, and then like I would see, because remember I was going to Pepper now.
Yeah.
I would see moms come up to the school like snapping on like Miss Reddick and Miss like, bitch, don't call my fucking house no more. That's your job. Figure it the fuck. Like, you gotta fucking deal with him and figure out this, that, and the third.
Bitch. The other 16 hours a day, you gotta deal with.
I used to be on the tip like, yo, man, these moms are so cool. Like, because my mom don't act like that. If the teacher called my house, she gonna come up here and embarrass me. And looking back on it, it's like, oh no, my mom was.
Yeah, that's why he's in the ground or doing 24 to 38 years.
A lot of the kids, and that's the crazy part. My pop was talking about that one day. Like, he from 21st and Diamond. Like the 21st and Diamond, us niggas know wasn't even a thing.
Right.
When you figure my pop born in 48.
Yeah.
So it's like all the people he knows from back in the day, they're either dead, crazy, drunk off beer all goddamn day, or they just in the fucking jail. Yeah. Like, they just don't really exist. And it's crazy because I'm 30 now, and a lot of the niggas I remember from middle school, high school, they all got like super cases. Like niggas I went to middle school with is doing like 25 years.
Yeah, niggas be cased the fuck up.
Like, there a couple niggas I went to middle school with, like I could show him in the yearbook, they doing 25 right now. Niggas dead, multiple niggas dead from my Pepper yearbook. Like, that shit is nuts, man.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck you just don't want to live life? My life ain't great, but I love it. If that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
So I don't understand I'll constantly want problems. I constantly want bullshit. I constantly want to be on some nut shit when I walk out the fucking...
Life is hard enough without you inviting bullshit into it.
Yeah.
Like, life will throw you all type of curveballs and relatives dying and this surprise financial situation, this and that. So you want to compound all of that and just be out here on bullshit, acting like you motherfucking Thanos, trying to conquer all the infinity gems.
Speaking of which, I want to get back to a couple of these topics.
Yeah.
Speaking of just inviting bullshit into your life, modern day Bobby and Whitney.
Yo.
Weezy F Baby, Lil Wayne, and Toya Carter have a daughter, Reginae.
Correct.
And she's dating YFN Lucci. Now, I didn't know who YFN Lucci was.
Until Chad's birthday party.
Until your birthday party. I'm like, I'm guessing Lucci's a big deal because people seem to really be interested.
People seem to give a fuck.
Yeah. But they got arrested together over the weekend.
Yeah.
And have you figured out what they were arrested for?
I don't even care.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool.
Your father's worth $150 million. Why are you?
I was going to get to that. Like, me and Chad, as we always are, were on Twitter, and we were having discussions with a few of the Twitter folk.
Yes.
And it was starting to get irritating because people couldn't understand the take that me and you seemed to. And I thought it was weird because when Shorty tweeted it or tweeted back on your tweet, you commented and I wound up commenting at the exact same time.
I said the exact same thing.
And I was cracking up like, yo, we really do be in sync. Like, yeah. I'm like, we said the exact same thing as a response.
Yeah.
Like, your dad is one of the most successful and one of the most famous rappers ever.
Yes.
Like, your dad is Elvis status to rap. Russell Simmons. I mean, Rev Run. Jay-Z. Like, y'all kids puff.
Yeah.
Your son just doesn't have to be involved in certain shit.
Yeah, certain niggatry.
Because of the simple fact of the privilege that they're allotted.
Yes.
So when I see Lil Wayne, who has a $30 million house in Miami with $9 million of art on the wall.
Yeah.
Why are you and this nigga getting locked up in the middle of the summer? Like, what are y'all doing?
And the take that the girl took was, well, look at who her father is. It's not like Russell Simmons is her father. This is where she lost me. It's not like Russell Simmons is her father. I mean, based on the content of her father's music, you would expect this. I said, well, hold on, shorty. Let's not forget, she had a boyfriend that was in the NFL. She wasn't getting the fuck arrested. She ain't never had no legal trouble, no nothing her whole time growing up. She lived a great fucking life. You know why? Because your father at a time was the best rapper alive and was checking 30 M's a year to put your fucking stupid ass in private school and to pay for you to go to Clark Atlanta and for all of this shit. So now all of a sudden you get this new boyfriend. Now you going to jail? You either going to do what the fuck I say, or I'm going to financially cut you off, take back what I bought you, and now you can figure it out on your own since you got all the fucking brains in the world and you just a girl figuring it out. The next generation is supposed to get
next
better.
year, I'm going to be on the Forbes list and your boyfriend not.
Your boyfriend is not. I'm going to be right where I'm in the top 7 every year. I'm guaranteed to be there. On a slow year, I'm checking 17 million.
Real shit. On a slow year.
On a slow, horrible year, I'm checking 17 million. I just did a collaboration with Neiman Marcus nationally. Young Money capsule nationally with Neiman Marcus, the #1 fucking luxury retailer in the world. I just headlined Rolling Loud. I'm about to perform at Summer Jam. Like,
I had 2 #1s this year. How crazy is that? Weezy had #1 songs in the last 12 months. Weezy. Like, his run been over. He's still dropping #1s. That's crazy.
Chad's hot take. Birdman about to pay me some of this money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm guaranteeing 17 on a low ball. I might check 30 again.
Real shit.
And you out here getting arrested?
With your dumbass boyfriend.
And I ain't been booked in 10 years?
Yeah.
Bitch, you bugging.
Yeah.
I might punch my daughter in the stomach for some shit like that. Like, if I really was trying to get this point across and she didn't, I might have to just punch her in the stomach one good time. Like, not full strength, but like, what is you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I worked hard as shit.
Yeah.
I got to deal with Birdman weird ass.
Yeah.
I worked hard as shit for this bread.
Yeah.
I had Birdman put a kibosh on my fucking Rockefeller deal, torturous interference, and then had to re-sign.
Yeah, man.
Don't fuck with me.
When I saw she got arrested, I'm thinking to myself, like,
I don't care what she got. I get what you're saying, but I'm saying, me looking at it like, if I'm Wayne, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if the cop was tripping. I don't care if it's a wrongful. I don't care what it is. What is you doing to get arrested? And your father is worth 150 M's. Same thing with Andy Reid kids years ago. Why are y'all out here shooting heroin and sucking dick for heroin? And your father is the coach of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Going to this fucking NFC conference championship every fucking year.
Yeah.
You're afforded every luxury in life. And you sucking dick for fucking heroin. What is wrong with you? Getting caught in dope houses out North Philly.
I wish y'all could see this nigga face right now.
Like, some shit because shit like this don't happen to guys like me and Matt. We wasn't born to rich parents. I'm not going to go hit the fucking Powerball tomorrow. Hopefully I do, but I'm probably not. So it's like, yo, you get blessed with nepotism of a successful parent to where all you got to do is just walk a straight line and not fuck it up.
Yeah.
And you out here fucking up.
Yeah.
I might gotta punch you in the stomach.
Like, you can say whatever you want. Like, all the past week, the big joke was Angela Simmons being a single mom. But Angela Simmons has a lot of shit going on. It's like, great.
Yeah.
The other daughter, great. Diggy, great. Like, they really became entities to themselves. And it's like, like, that's what you do when your dad is whoever your dad is, or your mom is whoever your mom is. Look at Puff's son. Like, I'm just dropping rap records and hanging out with all the rappers and, partying and trying to basically be Diddy Jr.
Yeah. And his other son just running around fucking all our Instagram bitches that Drake didn't get to yet.
Really.
He got a great life.
But it's like, for the women, and this is especially important, like, black women, young black women have this thing where it's like, the more dumb shit they call it like being a G or a trap boy or whatever the fuck it is. But the more dumb shit you get into,
the more attractive you become.
The more attractive you be. Yeah, it's like, remember the why do good girls like bad guys? Like that whole scenario. And it's like, that shit is just getting you.
You're stupid.
Yeah, like
you're just attracted to negativity.
You're
just
gonna get into more and more stupid shit.
Yeah,
I don't know why that's like a thing. I never understood that because that's been going on since like the beginning.
It's like y'all be growing up with these sheltered lives and y'all don't be exposed to nothing. And then the first nigga that got a Reggie phone doing $1.25 a day, you think he Pablo Escobar, and now you riding around holding his 130 packs in your motherfucking purse, thinking that you contributed to the enterprise.
Yeah, I remember years ago I met a chick that she went to, this is when I was in just got out of high school. She was in Lamberton, her 12th grade year. And I met her. She was cool. She was 17. I was 18. We was cool, whatever. And I remember she was like, yeah, like, you nice. Cause she was like egging me and shit. Like, and I finally seen her one day. I'm like, yo, what's
going on?
And she was like, I mean, you nice and all, but I like dudes that like, you know. I'm like, I don't know. What are you saying?
Like a nigga that punched me in the face every
She
once
was
in
like,
a while.
I like dudes that just, you know, like got that street, you know, that they like they ain't afraid to like really hurt something. And I'm just like, if I pull out a hammer right now and smack this bitch in the forehead with it, I want like, that dead ass went through my mind. I'm like, if I hit this bitch in the head with a hammer, I wonder if she'd think I would like wouldn't get into shit or whatever. And I just left it alone. And the crazy part is, like, long story short, she wound up, I knew like from like friends, mutual friends, she wound up like being in like an abusive relationship to where like boy was like damn near killed her. And
of course.
Shit. And it's just like, yeah, like, I mean, you got what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You wanted to smoke.
You get what you asked for. You get it because you asked for.
Yeah, really.
Like,
I had no smoke to give at that time.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
You know, like,
you look for negativity and it will consume you.
Yeah. Like, it's just amazing to me that like really be a thing.
Like, I know chicks.
Like, I never met a guy that was like, yeah, I'm looking for a dangerous bitch.
I'm looking for a bitch with 4-5 charges.
Yeah, like, I need a
razor blades.
I need a bitch. That's what I'm about to say. Bitch, keep $150 in it.
Like, no.
Like, I never met a dude who said that in his life.
Never.
No, this bitch be stealing through my fucking wallet and she lit, yo. Like,
I know women, right? Dead ass. If I'm lying, I'm flying. That was working on Wall Street and fucking dope boys.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Working on New York Wall Street, fucking dope boys from Southwest Philly.
One of my homies got like a bullshit ass job downtown. Like, he was like the fucking, like, he was in charge of refilling the water cooler. Like, this nigga had no education, bunch of fucking in and out of jail shit. And he wound up getting a job downtown. The boy who owned it, like the company, the president, his wife was the vice president.
Okay.
And he started, I remember he came through the John, like through the neighborhood.
In her car.
In her Benz. And I'm like, where the fuck did you get this one, the CLs was like it.
You make $9.38
I'm like, where the fuck
did
you get a CL55? He like, bitch, I got down the fucking boss wife. She the vice president. She let me hold the John. They going out of town or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just like, does she know you're poor? Does she know you're bringing that car here? He like, the fuck does she care? You know what I'm saying? Bull bought it for her. I'm just like, and the boy, he was Greek, the husband. She was black, but the husband was Greek. And I'm like, this one, like, the wire was heavy. I'm like, I don't know if the Greeks you want to fuck around with.
Chop your motherfucking
like,
body up.
Like, real shit. I'm like, I don't know if the Greeks is cutting faces off out here. But I remember thinking, like, this nigga's the poorest nigga. Like, this nigga was on a trolley last week.
Now he's driving a CL.
Pull up in a CL. Like, yeah, this hurt you on the board. I'm like, man, these bitches is awful, dog. But that's how that shit be. Like, you got a nice, comfortable Greek husband.
All you got to do is walk the straight line and not fuck it up.
No.
And you want to fuck Taquan from...
You out here fucking wolfing niggas from the roads. Like, that shit is crazy.
What, man?
Yeah, man.
And it's too many stories like this. It just be like, yo, what's wrong with y'all? As a man, I'm prone to fuck somebody I'm not supposed to fuck. But I'm not going to let it fuck my life up.
Yeah.
Y'all be like going with niggas that'll fuck your life up.
Like, it ain't even about a street or a gangster or it's like at a certain point, it's just like, this is a poor person.
Yes.
Like, you just...
But you know what it be? It be subliminally, some of them be wanting to be like, when shit go left, they be like, you bum ass, broke ass nigga, I made you, nigga. I make such, and I got the XYZ, and I got the Rolex and this pussy. I just took you shopping, you broke ass bitch. They want to be able to talk down to a motherfucker so that they can have this superiority complex. And when you're equally yoked with somebody, you can't pull that stunt. Or if somebody's above you, you can't pull that stunt because it's like, all right, bitch, leave. Now she don't got no answers for you. Oh, you really gonna kick me out? I gotta really leave?
You got a point. Yeah.
So it's like some subliminal shit, like with superiority, with like certain women, when they get to a certain point in life, they want to just be the king and the queen of the fucking castle. And so they deal with men that they're not equally yoked with. And, you know, they end up in dumbass situations. Britney Spears end up in a dumbass situation. You fucking a nigga in the background dancing. He didn't dance his way to the front of the line. He got your dumbass pregnant. Now you paying him child support and you going to fuck crazy.
I keep it all the way loud with you. This was years ago. This might be like, like 2009. Yeah, I just started this up to 2009. I met a chick, whatever, and she was real nice looking. She lived down at Penn Treaty. I probably shouldn't have put that out there, but whatever. She lived down there, down on Delaware Ave. I remember coming to her spot, and the spot was super nice. You know what I'm saying? And I come in, and I saw like it was trophies. You know what I'm saying? Helmets and cleats and shit, like in glass cases and shit. And I'm just like, you play football? Like, what is all this shit? And she was like, oh no, my dude I be fucking around with, he red shirt for the Bears. And I'm just like, so why am I here? Like, if he red shirt and he doing better than me,
he red shirt, he pulling down 300 a year.
That's what I'm like, what the fuck? And but that's really how that shit be. It's like, chicks really just be kind of dumb at the end of the day. Like, I just be fucking with whoever. Motherfucker tell me I look nice. Oh, okay. Like,
you think I look nice?
Yeah,
you want some of this pussy? You like peach cobbler? Next thing you know, he in them guts. Now you got a baby by a poor nigga.
Look at Shaq. Wasn't Shaq white fucking the pool boy?
Yeah.
Like, Shaq worth $400.
The trainer.
Yeah.
Shaq been worth $100 when 100 was 100.
Yeah.
When it was a real 100.
It was small faces.
Like, what?
Yeah.
You fucking the trainer, bitch?
Yeah.
Well, he just paid me so much attention and this and that. Listen. It ain't enough attention in the world that's going. If I land a Kardashian tomorrow, it ain't enough attention that Keisha from Chick-fil-A that can pay me that's going to motherfucking get me off my square with my Kardashian.
Yeah.
At least until I lock this check in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all be playing games. I say all the time to my female friend, I be like, yo, don't fuck your bag up. Don't fuck your money up fucking around with niggas that you're not equally yoked with or y'all not cut the same. Like, don't do that.
Ain't even about the bag. Just don't fuck up your life, period. Like, don't get into no stupid shit. Once you start getting arrested on the strength of a nigga, it's just like,
we need to reevaluate this. Like, nigga, I just got fingerprinted and handcuffed, fingerprinted and processed. I got to talk to my mother, who's a accomplished author, and I got to talk to my father about this shit. You know what I'm saying? We probably need to take a break, my nigga.
Yeah.
Cause this shit is like going left.
Crazy as shit. I seen that shit and I'm just like, the fuck could she have got locked up for?
Nothing. Never.
Yeah.
Nothing. Fucking with this nigga. That's what you got locked up for.
Y'all gotta figure it out. Last thing before we get out of here, it was a social media topic that was going around. Oh
man, boil it.
That was going around this week. I'm gonna read y'all what the post was. A homeboy of mine recently met a woman at Sweet Lounge. He invites her out to dinner. He pays for the whole meal, leaves a tip. The next week, she decides she wants to go see him again. She invites him to dinner. This time, she proposes that they go Dutch. And he was confused and asked, why do you want to go Dutch if you invited me out? Her response is, I don't pay for any man's meal. He agrees to go out with her anyway. They go to Fogo de Chao, my favorite place on the planet. And after they finish eating, the check comes. She pulls out her credit card to pay. He breaks out a BOGO, which is a buy one, get one free coupon. She ends up paying $80 and he gets his meal for free. She was pissed and asked, how you going to use a coupon? His response was, well, you wanted to go Dutch and the coupon was my form of payment. How am I wrong? Was he right or was he wrong?
Great.
That was the whole argument this week on social media.
This is fucking great, man. So the whole thing is, right, with women, Women hate when you pull a them on them.
Yeah.
Like that's some crafty shit that like a woman would do if it's like her turn to pay. She'll pull out like a 90% off coupon or some shit. So
I said on Twitter, I'm like, she wanted to go Dutch and he went African. Like he's like, I'm gonna scam my way right through
Liberian on it.
Yeah, like I'm a Nigerian nightmare. Little do you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you.
Where we going? Hold on, bitch. Watch this.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you what
That nigga put that Groupon to use. Like what? $4 for the coupon. Buy one, get one. $10. Oh man, I got this. I mean, listen, man. You know, it was. I just think it's. I'm lost for words. This shit is so funny. I just think it's tacky to invite somebody somewhere and not be willing to pay for them to be there.
Yeah.
Why invite them? How do you invite me somewhere and then be like, oh yeah, by the way, $80.
Put that up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, well, I don't have to. At that point, I'm allowed to refuse your invitation because it's not sincere. It's one thing if we go on a group thing, but if we're dating and we're courting and we just went somewhere and I paid the full tab, and then, you know what I'm saying? It's just like women want equal rights in every single way except financially.
Yeah.
And then it's like you get into these situations and then it's like, yo, he found a glitch in the matrix. Like, don't get mad at him for fucking doing the AB up down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Select start. Like, don't get mad at him for fucking pulling the cheat code out on your fucking ass.
Real talk.
It is what it is. He definitely not wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just the type of guy, like, I don't want nothing from no woman, period. I probably would have still ended up paying for this shit. I probably would have used a coupon and still paid for this shit. But it just was like tacky on her part to invite him somewhere and then be like, oh yeah, but we going Dutch though.
Life is all about angles. Some angles are considered fair, some angles are considered illegal.
Yeah.
But that's really all life is. You saw the Phil Ivey shit where they took the casinos for the $20 million? It was legal by casino standards, but it was unethical.
Right.
But they found the angle and they exploited it for $23 million.
Yeah.
Do you know about the whole situation?
No. I heard parts of it.
Phil Ivey and an Asian, she's like a legendary angler. That's what they call it, angle shooting and shit. But she's like banned from a lot of casinos for basically playing angles. So these motherfuckers went to the biggest casino in London. They were playing baccarat. You know, in baccarat, you're allowed to like take notes.
Okay.
You're allowed to have a pencil and a piece of paper and shit. So they went in there and they were playing baccarat. The first thing they did was ask for a dealer who spoke Thai. The casino agreed to it, gave them a dealer that spoke Thai. Then they asked for a specific deck of cards where the end of the card, the ridges ran off on certain cards, and the Asian chick Phil Ivey was with had an eye that was sharp enough that she could
read
see
the ridges.
So
on the
she
card.
basically was keeping notes on what cards was what when they was coming up. So it literally got to the point where, because they got the dealer they wanted, because they got the table they wanted, and they got the cards that they wanted,
they could predict what was going to happen.
They knew what the fuck was going to happen. So the first day they won $3 million. They left and came back. They told the dealership, tomorrow when we come back, we want this same table, those same cards, and that same dealer. The casino agreed to it. They came back the next day, hit them for $10.5 million. They left like, we coming back tomorrow. We want the same dealer. I'm like, the bitch ain't getting no days off. This bitch running crazy. They came back the next day, hit them for like $8 million. So all in all, they took it was like $22 million.
Yeah.
They left from that casino and went to another casino and did the shit again for like $11 million. And both the casinos was suing him and not letting go of the money. And he's basically was going to court back and forth, like, and the courts ruled it unethical but not illegal.
Okay.
So he got his chicken.
Got his bread. But
then they sued. He got the judgment, but didn't get the money because they filed like some other, that shit be going back and forth. All this legal.
It might take 10 years to get this money.
But it's like, and I like, you gotta listen to the podcast 30 for 30 did on the whole little joint. And it's like, when you really listen to the breakdown, like, because I always thought they was like on some like stealing, because that's the way they, like, the media made it like they're stealing from the casino. Yeah. But it's like, no, stealing, like Phil Ivey said, would involve me crossing a line. I'm not, like, I never went into a restricted area of the casino. Yeah. I never put my hands where, because like, you can't reach over to where the dealer's cards is. If you play blackjack and shit, you can't touch their cards. Realistically, you can't have your phone, like, it's a lot of little shit. I never did anything illegal. Everything I asked for, the casino granted. So how could you hold me out for? Y'all could have been like, oh no, we done with these cards and thrown them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But y'all let me keep the cards.
Right.
And then y'all let me take notes. So it's like, and that's really what life is angles. Back in the day on Madden 08, remember what year did the Rams have that high-powered offense? It wasn't 08. I think it was 03, 04.
Yeah, like 02, 03. Great.
It was Madden 03 or 04, one of them. You could take Hakeem, remember him from the Rams? He was like the fastest motherfucker. He had like a 99 in speed.
Yeah.
If you took him out of the first receiver and dropped him to the 3, he would be in the slot. The slot receiver is getting guarded a lot of times
by
the line.
Yeah.
And you could literally just throw bombs. I used to do this shit all. That's what life is. Yeah. It's finding angles and exploiting them.
Yeah.
People who bet on fucking games professionally, I tell you, they trying to find an edge on a game to bet on it.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. So it's like, you can't get mad at him for finding an edge.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to go Dutch, so you pay for yours, I pay for mine? Bitch, don't even know I got this buy one, get one free.
I've been waiting on this.
I've been waiting for a situation like this. And it's like, yeah, like that's really what it is. He found the angle and he exploited it. My thing be with a lot of women have this mentality of, oh, I ain't paying for no man. And it's like, why?
Why not?
And they can't even give you a solid answer.
Yeah.
You be like, why? Cause I ain't paying for no nigga.
Cause the way your bank account is set up, like that's why. It's not really rooted in anything. There's no universal law that says a man has to pay every time or whatever like that, especially if you really are legitimately interested in somebody. Now, if a nigga's in your phone as free food, that just is what it is. Like, you going to jug and finesse your way to, whatever you can get. We've all seen it. We've seen chicks, we've been in Del Frisco's and shit like that, or Ocean Prime, and seen a chick ringing her phone off the hook looking for a nigga to call to come down and pay that tab.
I wasn't even going to go that far. I seen that shit happen in Copas. Like...
This shit $48.
Damn, man. These margaritas half off and this bill still outrageous. That shit is real.
How much is it, girls? $46.
That shit is real, man.
Call Taquan and see if he down here. He got traps around here. See if he down here. Pay this joke.
We need to get it together all the way around the board, man. Like y'all be playing games. A lot of games getting played. I want to see y'all be better, man. It's like 2018. We're already halfway into this shit.
Weather still ain't gotten no better. It's still fucking hell outside.
Yo, it was raining like shit when I was driving.
We were supposed to have fucking Gunna tonight. That shit would have been a disaster. Thank God I moved it.
Oh yeah.
We would have been in there crying tonight with that tab. Like, what is we going to do? Pray?
Yeah, that's true. I feel you.
That shit would have been a nightmare.
We getting ready to wrap it up.
That social media topic is hilarious.
That's the funniest shit I saw this week. The fact that it was chicks like actually mad, like why would he do it? And I'm just like, he's a genius.
He's brilliant. What the fuck?
You can't outplay a player. Like rap shit is a layup. Like that shit. I said on Twitter though, like she wanted to go Dutch, he went African. Like bitch, I can one up you. You want to be on some bullshit? I'll show you what's up.
Like splitting the bill, my specialty.
Yeah, bet. Got you. Hey, make sure she pay first so I can use this buy one, get one free. Like, yeah, man. But we getting out of here. I'm having surgery Thursday.
Pray for Matt. Hashtag pray for Matt.
That's big. Like I said, if I'm up to it Sunday, they said it's only a day recovery in the hospital. Hopefully, nothing goes wrong. No,
let us pray.
Complications. I'll be out of the hospital Friday. Hopefully,
if not, we blessing y'all with 2 episodes this week anyway. So y'all be all right.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But like other than that, I'm out of work for a good month.
I think I'm gonna name this show Fire Emoji. This shit was all that today.
Yeah, this was a really good conversation. You got anything coming on this week? Anything going on?
I'm just being a lazy bum this week.
Cool.
Regular shit.
Don't bother nobody. As usual. Taylor, you got anything you want to say? You were quiet this episode.
Watching the game.
I'm chilling.
Yo, what's the score?
It's over. 122 to 103.
Curry got 9 threes.
Yeah, like J.R. Smith, I'm not mad at J.R. Smith anymore. I understand that it was like a collective of the team stinking. But I said it the other night. I told Taylor when we came in, like the other night I was telling Ra, I want LeBron to leave.
Yeah, and free Bron.
And I was adamant about LeBron staying like in Cleveland and them working, figuring it out, maybe try to get DeMarcus, try to get Kawhi. Cleveland does not deserve LeBron James.
Yeah. As is presently constructed, that team can't beat like a rec league team. Like,
it's amazing that they got to the finals. Actually, like,
I mean, it's just the will to win. It just goes to show you how soft and petrified everybody in the East is of LeBron. But when you know, not that KD and Steph are equally yoked, but it's just so many of them. It's like the Riddler. They just keep throwing little Riddlers at you.
If you watched the game the other night, they couldn't do nothing with Bron.
No, absolutely not. KD was scared to death.
Nothing. Bron was literally driving past them and dunking on them like they was children.
Yeah, he was
like it was nothing they could. Like LeBron deadass had a 51.8 rebound, 8 assist game in the finals, and they lost
because of fucking 2 mental errors, a missed free throw and a retard that didn't know the score.
Like watching the Warriors be the Warriors with Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. 4 of the best 20 niggas in the NBA. 3 of the top 5. I mean, 2 of the top 5. Watching that team for what they've been over the last 4 years, they're a dynasty. No one wants to admit it. They are.
They've been in the finals 4 years in a row.
They're a dynasty. Watching them be who they are, they set the record for NBA wins in a season. Like, they're a dynasty. Watching them in Oracle, game 1 of a finals where the Cavs are an 11-1 underdog, the biggest finals underdog since the Nets against the Lakers in 2002. Watching them in Oracle, tie game at the half, and the Warriors do what they do many a night, third quarter runs that normally put you away. The Cavs tied it up. Watching that happen and LeBron have a 50-point game, they weren't supposed to lose that. Yeah. And watching that shit just literally crumble to where it was like when it went to overtime, I told Ra, this shit is done. I'm going to bed. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Like, this shit is over. There's no way they're winning this shit now. And it's like, God damn, like JR, that was just such a J.R. Smith. You know, he did that shit before when he was with New York.
With the Knicks.
Yeah, like
20 left on the clock and just put that 3 up.
Like he has the mental errors where it's just like watching that is why LeBron, I know he loved JR, I know he loved Tristan, Jeff Green's become his guy. Like LeBron has played with his friends.
Yeah, so you got to lead them niggas where they at.
You gotta take them out back and shoot them because it's no use in them no more. To where it's like they're gonna tarnish your legacy the way Skip and all them dickheads will go about it because they'll be like, oh, he's 3-7 or what is it? 3-6.
3-6.
3-6. Okay, he'll be. Oh, he's 3-6 in finals. That's terrible. Jordan would never. And it's like, dog, my man had 51, 8-8, and they lost. I said today, LeBron could come out here today, have 73, 24, and 9.
And they could lose.
And they could lose. And motherfuckers be like, Bron he just don't got the will to win. Like, this shit is crazy. And it's like at this point, I'm sick of seeing the best player on earth not be on the best team.
Yeah.
When LeBron was the best player on earth, and this is just, again, showing you just how crazy Bron is. Bron was the best player on earth in 2001. He's still the best player on earth. Seeing the best player on earth in 2001, 2012, 2013, 14, he was on the best team. It was championship, Sports Illustrated Man of the Year, AP Player of the Year, MVPs, Finals MVPs. He was just ripping down shit that, like, it was easy. Watching him be on this team where it's like he's clearly better than everybody, but he has to carry so much inefficient weight to where it's just like, it's defeating.
Yeah.
I'm not even a Cavaliers fan. I went to bed pissed the other night. Like, I felt sorry for the nigga. Like, god damn. Like, so at this point, I really do want him to come to the Sixers or go to Houston. Like, fuck that. You deserve to be with a good team. I don't like the Sixers coach at all. I really don't.
Like Brett Brown?
No, I don't like D'Antoni at all. But
I definitely don't like D'Antoni's dumb.
If I could have him, honestly, I would love to see LeBron go to Boston. But I know that would never happen. Kyrie would be like, come the fuck on, man. God damn. Like, y'all serious? Like, Kyrie would be pissed. But I'd love to see Bron running with, like, Brad Stevens at the helm.
A brilliant coach. He deserves that.
That's another that, what's the light-skinned nigga that love Bron?
Light-skinned nigga.
The sports writer, Chris Bussard.
Okay.
That's another one that he pointed out the other day. For all LeBron's tenure at being the man and all the shit he's done, he's never had a great coach.
Never.
Ain't that crazy?
Spo was a good coach.
He had Mike Brown, Spoelstra.
Spo was a good coach.
But Spoelstra's not a great.
No,
like he was talking about LeBron having like a Popovich or a Phil Jackson.
Oh, no, he never had an all-time
like all of the greats had a great coach. LeBron is the only one that's up there on that top tier that just never. Even Karl Malone had Jerry Sloan. Like he just never had a great coach.
Yo, ain't it crazy how Jerry Sloan career and he just quit one day. He just never
like,
came back.
I'm done. I'll holler at y'all. I did it. Enough.
It was like a Tuesday. He was like, I'm done.
That's how Pop going dip. So it's like, yeah, I'd love to see LeBron get with a great coach. And ain't many of them left. Like, I'd love to see Mark Jackson come back and try to figure it out. That would be kind of fly. But
yo, did you hear Mark Jackson say that he would clap Brian White cheeks on national TV?
Yeah. I said Mark Jackson wild for that shit.
Yo, this is a Christian man.
Yeah.
Good Christian man. He said, I would knock her out the park.
I'd knock it out the park.
No disrespect intended.
Every day.
No disrespect intended. I said, excuse me?
Funny as shit, man. But yeah, man, it's been a great show, man. Again, the Roots Picnic was super fucking dope, super fly. Really enjoyed the experience.
Everybody from the Roots Picnic. Thank you to Carolina, who was the production assistant.
Yeah, she was pretty good.
Who coordinated everything. She was cool as shit. Shout out to her.
She had carrots tattooed on her arm. I didn't know. I meant to ask her what that meant. You know what I mean? Because they'll have tattoos that just. I was like. I meant to ask her, like, what are the carrots? Like, what is that about? But yeah, she was super fucking cool. Shout out to Talib. Talib came fucking with me backstage. He saw me eating a salad. Like, because Leah went up because, he was hassling people back there, like, checking bands and making sure you had passes and shit. So Lee went up to go get food. She came back because, I can't eat shit.
Yeah.
So she had put together, like, a spring mix, arugula, spinach, tomatoes, onions, some nice Italian dressing. It was good as shit.
Yeah.
But you figure she's eating like steak and then fucking like her fucking Leah was eating like fucking shrimps and pasta and shit. And I mean that, and Talib came walking past the table. I was sitting there, he see me, was like, he eating a salad. I'm like, nigga, get the fuck out. I lost it. I was like, nigga, get the fuck out of here.
Yo, that's funny as shit. He's eating a salad.
That was a very fun event. Backstage was super fucking fun, man, with Darielle, Talib, you know what I'm saying? Rod, you was on your ones and twos and shit. It was dope. I spoke with JoJo Abbott. She a super nice person and shit.
Yeah.
She killed her performance too on stage. The like I said, Tierra Whack Bodyguards was out there trying to catch smoke.
Move, man, move.
Yeah, but it was a fun event, man. We really appreciate y'all for fucking with the show in the capacity in which y'all fuck with it, man. We just two poor Southwest niggas.
Trying to make it happen.
And we seem to be doing all right. So, like I said, we got the join July 7th, the leadership conference at the Discovery Charter, 47th and Parkside. Then, hopefully, end of the summer, beginning of the fall, we're going to get this live show popping.
Absolutely, that's happening.
And, we're going to try to get on this New York Roots Picnic, John. That'll be pretty dope.
We need y'all to flood they DMs, flood they mentions, tag the realest podcast ever. We need to get on the 2018 Roots Picnic NYC. That gotta happen.
And we're gonna try to figure this out with Gilly and a couple other people, getting them to come over here.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're out.
Peace.
Is this 57 or 58?
58.
58. Oh, 57 was
last week.
Okay, so the Roots isn't getting a number.
The Roots not getting a number.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Roots is a special edition. This 58. Carl Banks.
Yeah, we out.